rather die on the hill that you built out of lies than deception. Raising your weapon, every word you speak dripping with venom. You're playing with fire, preparing for war. I'm ready to settle the score.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to all of you. Hope you guys all had a wonderful afternoon, morning, and or evening. You boys are fucking beautiful. How are all you doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Yo, first of all, can we get a hashtag minimalist monkey chat for that beautiful membership without even having it called out on stream? My man Minimalist Monk, thank you so much, fam. Can we get a big old hashtag for him? How y'all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Hope all of y'all are having a wonderful, beautiful evening and or afternoon for the 5V5 1V1 Duels, boys. Hope all of y'all have a good one. Let's go. Merry Christmas, Dal. Glad to spend a bit of Christmas daytime with my boy Minimalist. Thank you so much. Can we get a hashtag Minimalist to chat? Showing appreciation. Let me get the music back up and running, boys. Who do we got in chat? We got ourselves DC, Pyras, Dave, Nye, Krend, Gaming. We got ourselves Harry, Jesus, Harry and Jesus. We got ourselves Jay. We got Charney. We got ourselves Valrip. How you boys all doing? Obliv, how you doing, my man? Obliteration, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Pia, how you doing, fam? Hope y'all are having a good one. Rude, how you doing? Are we joining in the duels today? It is AU for the day. It is AU duels tonight. Boys, it is time to dive in. I already saw some of y'all saying we got enough alliance, we got enough horde in here. What's up, Nacho? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. What's up, Nick? How you doing, my guy? What's your B-Tag Dal? Dalaran hashtag 1340, boys. I was actually even thinking of not streaming today, but decided, you know what? I have a lot of good energy in me. So let's do it. Let's freaking do it, boys. Alliance Pride, yo, what's up, yo? Come in there, rep the alley, man. They need all the, well, actually, do alley on EU? I don't think they need all the help them to get on NA. We haven't had too many NA boys or Alliance NA boys in here. I feel like NA is more Horde right now, but I know Seavark was Alliance for a bit. I think everybody would transfer back to the Horde on NA, but you know, everybody wants to play with your friends. You're trying to push that rating or whatever, you know, this is gonna happen. So you're just trying to find some friends to play with, and if everybody goes to one faction or the other, yo, you just gotta, you know, sometimes you just gotta take the L and make that switch. Zikari 5 out of 5. Yes, we gotta get Krager in here too. If Krager is here, we gotta get him up and running as well. Zikari, I do remember that. Thank you for being here early, my man. If we see Krager, boys, we're gonna take 5 minutes extra, or maybe 3, maybe 2, 4. 3. I think 3 will be fine. In case Krager is online, because we got to get him in there immediately, dude. As soon as we see Krager, he's just going to be pushed up in line, because I did say last week. Obliteration, I did, oh man. Oh my goodness. Yo, Obliteration. I'm ready for them duels. Yo, me too, my man. Yo, can we get a hashtag Obliteration chat? Showing appreciation for all for the donor of 10 bones, my man. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you, boys. I really hope you guys have had a great old Christmas or the holidays. You. Oh my DC, my man. 20 bones on top of that, dude. Buy a sandwich, skinny, get healthy. Yo, I will, dude. I will. How does that sound, dude? I'll get some tomorrow. I was actually thinking of getting lunch today, and I was honestly, I thought to myself, you know what? I'll be able to order something for lunch. Local Chinese places are open, and that's it. I was thinking, I'm gonna get maybe like a Big Mac or something, you know, some burgers or whatever. Even McDonald's is closed. I was actually surprised. I was thinking McDonald's would be open out of all the places. But my man, thank you so much. Hashtag DC, boys, for another wonderful, beautiful dono on top of one. That's 30 in the donos for the day, boys. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much. You're really, really generous. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. All right, boys, we need a second group. Kragar, I'm not seeing him here, but we need a second group over on the EU. Love the mustache, homie. Thanks so much, Har. Appreciate you. What's up, Ernest Jr.? How do you, my man? Good day, Dalaran. Good day to you, too. Кто на Орде забивает и где? Who is putting groups up on Horde and where? So if you want to find a way to join the groups, player versus player tab, pre-made groups tab, custom PvP, hit find group, tap number 5, enter. If you want to join any 5v5 1v1 groups, if there's any up, you guys should hopefully name your groups something like 5v5 1v1 duels, if anything, hopefully. But yeah, tap number 5 and you'll see 5v5 1v1 groups in there. Hopefully. Huge Horde or Ally. I'm Horde main, but maybe at some point I'll get an alliance carrot up and running. But I'm Horde main. Happy holiday, brother. Hope you have a good one. Yo, what's up, Kala? Thanks so much for that beautiful message. Yo, hopefully you had a good holidays too, man. Or Christmas too, whatever you celebrate. But yeah, man, I had a good Christmas morning. It was good shit, man. It was just wholesome. And then dinner last night for Christmas Eve, also very, very wholesome. Spent a little bit of time with the family, so that was all good, man. It was exactly everything I wanted to be. Honestly, morning, dog. What's up? Be mellow, man. I hope you're having a good one. First place in the alliance. Let's go, dude. So we got Jesus. Do you have a group? Let me know in real ID, guys. Whisper me in real ID if you have a group. We got Zakari, Jesus. Here we go. Now we have 2 groups. We're gonna be first duel of the day. Spectator match. Zakari and Jesus. And we'll get him up and running first. Galaxy, got a message. Gonna go for 5, Etchy, Bloodfeather. Do you have me added, Galaxy Rise? You need to have me added in real ID. Dalaran hashtag 1340. Let me know what's your real ID. I don't know if I added you or not before, but I'll need to add you after this one. So remind me and tag me in stream chat. That'll be much easier for me to see. What's your real ID? I'll either add you or you can add me and I'll find you and I'll add you. I have a pretty massive list of people trying to get in, man. Happy holiday, motherfuckers. Let's go, dude. Let's go, DC. I was so close. I was gonna craft my legendary. Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Go ahead, craft it. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 ready to go with Proximal playing that. Oh, I like that Mog. I like a lot of parts about this Mog. The fiery, even the red hair too. Everything is fiery about this mage. We got ourselves a Redgar, the survival hunter with Shocked. Gonna be shocking everybody with that subtlety rogue burst, aren't ya? Yeah, it has to be subtlety, dude. Galaxy Rise with that Beastmaster play. Okay, and Etchy as an orc with a bit of blindness. Is a scar? Looks like there's scarring, but maybe that's tattoos. But that's going to be Etchy, otherwise Zakari, on his monk with the first team. Second team is going to be Tarson as a feral druid. Going to be first up versus Galaxy. In the back, we have ourselves Kaitem. We got ourselves Cowhands. We got ourselves Sunshine and Yandex. And that's going to be Tarson getting hit with the freezing trap. But that was not a... That's going to be a binding shot. That was not a trinket out of Galaxy Rise. So getting a big knockback to Galaxy Rise. Actually, knockback to Tarson. Galaxy got plenty of range damage on him. The pets are doing work. Thorns is coming out by the Feral Druid, and Galaxy is going to be number 4 versus number 1. Perfect. It's going to be checking out Tarson. Stun onto Galaxy. Is that going to be enough? Oh, perfect. Interrupt onto the Convoke. Does get the damage rolling right after. That's going to be a wall for Tarson as he's continuing to get some pressure onto Galaxy, but looks like the Hunter got the kiting potential. Roar onto the pets. They're a bit confused, but they do jump onto Tarson immediately. That's going to be some freebie regrowth for Tarson. Is he going to be able to get much value? Hopefully those pets have a Mortal Strike effect on them, so that will be much easier for them to deal with the healing potential of Tarson. The pets are chasing after him. They're actually quite vicious though, and they actually did quite a bit of pressure. Going to be some healing for Tarson with a frenzied regen. That is a big heal. Pops out of bear form, stopping the heal. Botting shot around the corner. Tarson is going to have to power shift for it. Try to go for a roar. Thorns is up to hopefully slow the pets down. I think he's hoping for maybe a reset. Looks like he cannot get it, so it's going to be a regrowth. Got big combo points onto Galaxy, but Galaxy waddling over, hitting him with a resonant shot. It should be able to do quite a bit of range damage, and hoping the pets do reconnect, and the pets do chase Tarson behind the pillar. Lots of pressure onto the joint. I think Galaxy might be the first Beastmaster Hunter to actually get first BM Hunter to get a kill in these 5v5 1v1 duels, landing a snipe onto a feral druid, taming yet another beast, with Yandex going to be up and running next. Already got the spider mount. I need you to do some 3s or 2s, more 2s, in order to get myself the mount pretty early on, Because this expansion for Outlaw has been really good PvP wise. Better than the last one. Going to be a binding shot into Yandex immediately, as he's just going to have to take the damage with. That's going to be actually nothing you can do about it. Just Fleshcraft in Galaxy's face is going to go for the Fleshcraft interrupt. That is a freezing trap sitting in front of Galaxy. Yandex actually had to wait quite a bit inside of that route. That's going to be a freezing trap. He's going to end up CCing himself. Does get a stun into Galaxy. Looks like line of sight pillars do not stop the dragon from the big dragon strike. Galaxy trying to see if he can bail out of there. I think that's going to be and Michael, is that how you say it? With a 20 bug down. Okay, we got ourselves Michael in chat. Showing appreciation for one for 20 bug down. Merry Christmas to you too, my man. As Galaxy goes in for a turtle shell. So sorry if you're watching this on YouTube and it's way past Christmas, but this is the Christmas episode. By the way, all the duels from here forward, I want to see some of your holiday attire. I want to see some Santa hats, boys. That's going to be Yandex going to hit the freezer trap. Good. Going to be a big summon for Galaxy Rise. Galaxy still holding on to Trinket. Still got acceleration rolling. No more turtle shell, and Yandex does have cold stop aura, but that route is going to allow that separation that the hunter needs. The big kite has plenty of pets attacking Yandex. Yandex doesn't even turn to attack the pets. Could be free death strikes for him, but death strikes have been nerfed for other non-tank specs since then. In Yandex, I feel like with kill shot imminent, not a lot he can really do in that case. So that's going to be second kill for a Beastmaster Hunter with yet another druid approaching, this time Cowhands as a balanced druid, missing out any kind of freezing traps and actually playing the Worgen druid. Weren't you Horde prior to this? I think you were. I mean, the Cowhands fit well if you were Tauren, but Wolf hands now? Is that what we should call you? While it's still Karyave Lapke, which is literally in Russian cow hands or cow paws. Big Star Sword is on to Galaxy, however. Looks like Cow has big Galaxy brain for these plays. But that was also a hunter with not a lot real left, and that is a Boomkin. Boomies are really good for PvP. Now going to be roaring to Redgar with a Cyclone right after, and looks like Redgar is going to have to take the CC, allowing Cow Hands to catch up on a bit of heals. That is a survival hunter, so this is a melee with quite a lot of range damage, but also a bit of melee damage. I wonder what kind of a covenant he went for. Disarm onto Redgar, which does allow Cow Hands to get quite a bit of damage. It's going to be a Thorns for the stun to Trinket. That is going to be a resonating shot as Redgar goes in for big damage with those Mongoose bites from afar with aspect of the eagle. As Cowhands not really letting him get too much of kiting potential, is trying to get on top of him as best as possible, trying to get some damage rolling, forces some kind of pressure while maintaining himself, getting some globals of regrowths from time to time whenever possible. Is not going to sit in the roots, actually power shifting into cat from if necessary. Got himself big Kieran Racial rolling, huge damage for Cowhands, but that's going to be a turtle for Redgar as he's waiting for Cowhands to make a mistake. Manic bandages are available, looks like no dots are on him right now. So he was able to get himself at least a little bit of a heal. And that's going to be a freezing trap, but breaks it pretty quickly. He's just hoping to get himself some line of sight. Again, Cowhands just trying to stay aggressive as a Boomkin. Trying to either go for regrowths in order to recover, or otherwise just trying to stay on top of Redgar and trying to maintain the dots and damage rolling. Looks like actually needs to go for a little bit of self-heal. An extra Cyclone on top of Redgar. He's going to trick it out of it. That's going to be a muzzle onto this big bear with a roar coming out. Does get to separate from Redgar for a second, and is actually having to go for a bunch of regrowths back to back to back. A little bit unfortunate how it's actually turned out for him, because he had such an advantage here. Stun onto Cowhands with resonating arrow, providing more critical chance for Redgar, dropping down a steel trap onto Cowhands, but looks like the druid is able to recover maybe a little bit. Barkskin down, Thorns is up. He really needs something. And Redgar is going to snipe out the kill shot around the corner. Just waited for the druid to get low enough. He power shifted out of bear form, and there was a snipe into immediate freezing trap onto Sunshine. Good morning. As Sunshine is one of the two left over on team 2. Shadow step into Redgar, trying to continue the damage. That's going to be Redgar with not a lot real left. Sunshine is trying to get the backstabs in there. It's going to be steel trap separating the two. And Redgar vanished for the rogue just to get the shadow strikes in. Most likely playing the 100% crit Lego. Who wouldn't in these 5V5 1v1 duels? Burned advantage just to get us kill on the hunter, however. And next up is going to be Etchy, otherwise known as Zakati, on his monk. I think he should give up on the DK completely, right? Oh, Monk game? Yep, but Monk gaming now, boys. Because Monk's actually really good right now. Exceptional, really strong. Karyave Lepke does not mean Cowhands, it's something like Twisted Paws. Karyave Lepke. Oh, it's Twisted Paws, isn't it? Karyave is sounding to me like Karova. The word Karova means cow. And it sounded to me like Cowhands, but you're right, actually. No, I guess we gotta call him Twisted now. We're gonna call him Twisted from now on. Big damage coming out for the rogue. Cheap shot, Chichi actually have to drink it, and a blind before he can get the karma off, and Sunshine is gonna go for a reset. Itchy, I don't really know what's healing him right now. I don't even know what just healed him, but he got a ton of healing just now, and that was Weapons of War to burn pretty early on. Sunshine could actually have it here if he goes in for a big setup. Shadowblades is available if he wants to make sure to capitalize on this. Shadowblades is available, and just take a big of his rates. Oh, and down he goes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually change it up a little bit. It's not cow hands, it's twisted hands. You're right. I guess I am forgetting my Russian a little bit. And shocked is shocked by the damage Sunshine put out, and Sunshine hanging out by the eye in case the rogue goes for it. Shock could go for the other set of eyes. Nope, the other set of eyes is gone. I guess Etchu went for it earlier, and he's actually exactly where the rogue is. Yeah, you're thinking lying, dude. He actually knows exactly where he's at. And he saw him for a second. Does get him AoE'd out. Gonna be checking immediately. Cheating the shot onto Sunshine. Does Sunshine go down here? Cheap shot needs to come out for Shocked if he's gonna continue the damage. Looks like he's actually gonna get a dot on Sunshine. Blind to follow him. I think he's just trying to take down Sunshine without having to go for a vanish. He did use a trinket. He didn't go for a clean reset. I don't know if he used the Kyrian racial or Kyrian ability. I think he might have. Going for Shadow Blade. Cheap shot, super DR. Sunshine might stand a chance here. Trying to go for a shadowy duel kitten shot. It looks like it was Shocked getting a shot. Wait, Shocked is the one who put him in a shadowy duel. Sunshine got himself a reset there. Did have to burn advantage in order to gain a 100% crit, but he did take the opportunity with a misplay from the other rogue. And Proxy getting hit with a sap. He is playing the Fire Mage. Numbing poison coming out for Sunshine. I guess he decided to go for, actually swapping out to instant poison, trying to go for instant damage, a 20% dampener. Not going to be getting too much healing from him. Cloak Shot is necessary for Sunshine unless he can maybe use that blind against proximity. Proxy mail. Going to be all the time as he's going in for damage. Proxy could actually get a lot of health, missing the Dragon Breath. And Sunshine is going to be able to bail out of that. Not before a couple Fire Blasts do catch him. Fire Blast hits him for quite a bit of damage. It's going to be Master Burning on top of it too. Meteor missing slightly. Sunshine still has a bit of damage taken. He's going to go for the Kyrian pre-heal. Does he get himself a reset? He does, but the Master is still burning on him. Mounting up just to make sure he is staying mobile against Proxy. And Proxy doesn't even run a trinket, so it might be a game set match for Sunshine. Proxy does still have an Ice Block and Cauterize. Sunshine just doesn't really have a lot to work with here. Images are available for Proxy. Sunshine waiting for that Cloak of Shadows, I think, for 30 seconds. Because he might need it. Eyes getting picked up by Proxy. As if he sees Sunshine, he could get him in combat. Does blink over to him. But that's going to be an opener by Sunshine. Proxy, eyes blocking early. And that's going to be a breath out of Sunshine. Sunshine does not have Cloak of Shadows right now. Proxy does bail downwards. And Sunshine taking a bunch of Pyroblast with a Combustion Active. That's going to be quite a bit of damn. He needs himself some kind of a reset. I think he might have gotten some call points off of Proxy. Master's still burning him. Trying to see if he can sprint away. Cloak of Shadows is available. Proxy, as long as you can keep him in combat, you'll be okay. Sunshine desperately looking for a reset. If he gets it here, I think the game is over. Unless Proxy can somehow survive. Does pick up the eyes with Shift and Power in case the rogue is nearby. And should maybe be able to blink on him with a Fire Blast, right? If he's careful. Saps from quite a while away. Talking to the wrong person. That's going to be a sap by the rogue. Again, I think he has the perfect go here. Shadowblade's available. Proxy has no trinket. Cheap shot Shadowblade's available. Going for big crits. Cauterize coming out. Does get the last Shadow Strike. That's going to be all to time. Does get the seed, but that's going to be still lots of crit available for Sunshine. Taking out those boys with a nice turnaround with the rogue, but Galaxy popping in as a Beastmaster Hunter. Showing us that they actually still have some play to him. Very good. He's going to pick up extra healing, but it's all a hot. Oh, that's how you got massive heal. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. I completely forgot that that was a thing, to be honest. Okay, we got ourselves Ali in here, 5v5. Haynes, Kreiser, and Galaxy. Galaxy, you were just in. Yo, I got you. You were the team of the Ducati. I got you, man. I got you, the team of the Ducati. But if you want to add me, man, I can. Let me know. Yo, it's first duel of the day, boys. Yo, I didn't even know. Scrambled that egg, dude. They did get into like a pod. An egg pod, dude. Ready to hatch again. Dude, I was doing some arenas with my healer, and we had this druid that got himself potted. And I was just trying to do as much damage in the pod, but the healer just started healing. Like, we honestly see, like, we got our kicks, we got our blinds. I can't grapple kidney shot the guy at all because I just burned a kidney on the feral to get the kill. And I was like, man, I don't ever run smoke bomb against Disc Priest because the healer was Disc Priest. But I feel like if it's a druid, there's a good chance he is Convoke. Good chance he's going for the B-Res. So smoking while the seat is up might actually be the play, dude. I gotta bring that ability back into like my strategy now. It's crazy. EU, SL, what are we at? 20, 21, 22, 23, 23. I like the song, but we'll go for the mix in a bit. Let's get ourselves, I think, Ali. And I think it was Haynes or Kreiser. Have a surprise for you, Dal. Big changes. Got a group, let's go. I'm gonna go Kreiser. I don't remember who was first, Haynes or Kreiser, but I'm actually interested in what Kreiser has. And we'll get someone against Haynes after him. But yeah, okay, I don't think Alex is trying to... We got a group party leader, yeah, Bloodfeather. Okay, yeah. Bloodfeather, is that really a server? Yo, Zakade, Jesus, if you guys want to swap people out or keep the same groups, more than welcome to. We'll get Haynes in immediately as soon as it's duel. Or if we see Cracker in here, we're going to get the duels up and running immediately with him. Because I did promise him Zakade, get him in immediately. Scotty was there to catch that check. If Cracker gets on, we're pushing him forward, man. Just based live on hard. Yeah, feel free. If you guys got groups of 5v1 duels, feel free to advertise in chat. It might be the easiest way because people are looking for groups right now. If you tell them, like Zakade did, yo, how many spaces, which faction, what the group name is. That'll be that much easier. We're doing these on EU, so if anybody is confused and they're NA, it shouldn't be too much. There'll be some confusion maybe, but it should be pretty good either way. Yeah, so let them know. It helps them out a ton. It gets more duels up and running, gets more people recruited, because usually there's somebody in chat waiting patiently to play. NA is tomorrow, yes. NA is tomorrow, boys. So we'll still do NA tomorrow. And we'll see what we do Sunday. Probably not duel Sunday, but I don't know. I'll probably make a full post about it later, but last week I was thinking about maybe I should make Sundays as part of my extra day off, just because Thursday and Sunday day off, I had to do that for the beginning of the expansion, but it helped me out a ton video-wise. And when I don't take those days off, it's been a little bit rough for me. Rough and tough, but I'll think about it. I'll still see. Maybe we'll still stream it. I don't even know. Twitch. Can you even start a war game these days? Yes, you can. We got ourselves Team 1 with... We got ourselves Core Lash as a Unholy DK with. In the back, we got Pharrell Williams playing that Boomy. We got ourselves Orc Rimar. Orc Rimar as a marksman with... Mun in the back as an arms warrior, and Rogue Thar as a sub rogue going up versus Kreiser, who is now a human female, from a human male to a human female, has the gateway from user, is playing that Affliction Warlock by the looks of it, missed a mortal coil onto Rogue Thar, and is playing with no pet. Cheap shots coming out for Rogue Thar, going to be a port for Kreiser. Does he go for the gateway, trying to maintain the dots onto Rogue Thar for now? It's going to be still that Night Fate Covenant. Try to get extra dots on the Rogue. They're going to be a blind with a cloak of shadows for the Rogue. Try to go for a bit of a reset. It looks like that is going to be a sap. Playing that Relentless. Cheap shot, but it's coming out with a cheap shot really early on. Kreiser blinks next to the gateway. It is going to take the port. Got the dots on the Rogue, and as long as the dots stay on the Rogue, it's going to be harder for him to catch a reset. Looks like the Rogue caught a reset for a second. Try to get some damage up and running. Actually, maybe that was evasion. It was evasion. Interrupted Kreiser on the second on nature, but that's going to be a stun and easy. Afflictions coming out onto Rogue Thar with a big drain life, and the zaps coming out from the pet. Cheap shot coming out for Rogue Thar, trying to see if he might be able to turn around, but the zaps and the dots, and they got him. Cheap shot. Oh, Trinkets at the end, and Kreiser just whittled him down. Just took him down to the bare loins and then stripped everything away dot by dot. Next up is going to be Orkamar with a pet, actually playing the marksman with a pet. Double tap available. Does he go for a setup? And that's going to be also a Kyrian boy. Little Kyrian Stewart. Yeah, I think a double tap is going to be gone by the time you got a cooldowns on him. Resonant Arrow going to be immediate pour for Kreiser. I think he still gets the shots from it. Is trying to go for the double tap, but I think the damage, a lot of it was kind of out of the window. Big drain life available for Kreiser. Did live the burst opener for Orkamar. Did not get the binding shot in order to get the biggest setup onto Kreiser. And Kreiser running away, dropping some dots onto the Orc. And I tried to go for a bit of that nature damage on top of it with the Soul Rot, which is such a good thing to get interrupted on, because this nature doesn't stop the rest of your cast. Going to be a Mortal Coil onto Orc, as Kreiser does just maintain the dots and just kind of try to stay away. I think he's looking to maybe get dots back up onto Orkamar. Does it play the dots where he... Does it play the dot where the corruption gives you a slow? I don't think he is. Because it looks like Orkamar is running still at full max speed. But the slow with that one could be really, really good for Affliction. I don't know what kind of legendary Kreiser is playing with. I think last time we saw him against Enhancement Shaman, he was playing the double gateway, so you can take gateway twice. Gonna be a big double tap available. Chrysler is gonna take it before the Resident Era connects. That's gonna be so much damage out of Orkhammer, kind of out of the window. Trying to go for a big set of biting shot on Chrysler. Does he go for maybe a fewer or something? Gonna be a mortal coil as the double tap trying to come out. That's gonna be double tap aim shot. Does hit Chrysler. Stun to follow with a UA right after. Orkhammer has a lot of dots on him. Chrysler, I think, just needs to whittle him. Actually doesn't need to touch him anymore. The dots have set in, and that's gonna be it for Orkhammer with Core Lash as an Unholy DK coming out. Big stun onto Chrysler with that grip, and Chrysler does pour it out of there, trying to stay mobile as an Affliction Warlock as best possible. That is quite a bit of pets attacking from the other side. So he's at least going to put dots on those pets and try to see if he can run in for Core Lash, using that mobility of the knife to stay afloat. I think he just needs to kind of wait out Core Lash's pets for a bit. Does have quite a bit of dots on the Core Lash. He is taking a bit of that damage. And Chrysler looking like he's going to be recovering quite well. I do wonder what kind of a pet he decides to sacrifice. I'm pretty sure is the Blueberry, right? Is that Affliction Warlock doing PvP? It is. I think you guys haven't seen good Affliction Warlocks. Chrysler's mostly Deathstroke, but seeing him pick up Affliction and already get into kills with it in a row is pretty damn good. It's going to be Core Lash popping out the big old baby arm from the Maldraxxus Covenant, the spare arm. And Chrysler does go for Mortal Coil onto Core Lash's arm. As long as the DK is CC, the arm will not keep gripping. So Mortal Coil to break away from second and then port right after was pretty good. Chrysler does have Core Lash with not a lot of cooldowns really left. Offensively, he is going to get the armor that it rolling. Chrysler does go for a wall. Core Lash dropping down the anti-magic zone, anti-magic bubble more like it. Going to be lots of damage onto the DK though. Not a lot he can really do. Mortal Coiled out. Actually, necrotic out in his own health with a Death Pact. And Moon coming in with a reflecting meteor. The Chrysler is going to go for a port away with a breakaway, trying to get some dots on the Moon. He's just taking damage from afar. Hasn't been able to touch Chrysler so far, but the dots are really doing work with a rallying cry for Moon, trying to see if he might be able to live this. Being an Arms Warrior, not a lot of self-healing capability. We'll need to go for a nice lockdown into Chrysler with a big setup. Maybe try to see if he can all in him. I think that might be the best play here. I don't even know what an Arms Warrior would really do in this situation. Reflect was used, and I guess he's going to wait until the next Reflect. And I wonder if Arms is actually a better spec to duel with compared to Fury. Just go in, tank up, see if you can get a couple kills. If you can land that execute, you'll get at least a victory rush on the next guy. And also a question, which Covenant does Moon play? That's going to be a nice breakaway with Chrysler. Going in for a port as soon as the charge comes out. And Moon, I think, only has one charge. So he can only charge once, and now he's got out of mobility for a little bit, unless he goes for Heroic Leap. It looks like he is playing the slow with the... unless he's going for a Curse of Exhaustion. Looks like he might be playing... Actually, I think it is Curse of Exhaustion. It looked like Moon was walking slowly, and I was thinking maybe it's because of Corruption, but I don't really know. It's going to be Chrysler actually quite under a bit of pressure. Moon does have himself the Ignore Pain, which should be able to deal with some of that dot damage. Kind of letting his health go down, but at a much slower rate. But it looks like Moon is still completely dotted up, still just melting behind the pillar. I think he needs to somehow find a way to stay on top of Chrysler. Probably would have been better if he found a way to generate rage early enough, maintain Ignore Pain from the very beginning of the duel, because now he's super behind. Without any self-heals for the Warrior, it is very difficult to come back. It looks like maybe that was Chrysler refreshing those dots again. His health is regenerating little by little though. Very little by little. It's going to be Reflect, which does reduce the dot damage by 20%. And hey, big health regen coming out for Moon. Is he playing Kyrian? It might be... Was that Kyrian? Or maybe he's playing... Second Win for Gore. How you doing, my man? I am, my man, I am. Oh, yeah. Let's go, dude. 2021. I cannot wait for 2020 to be over and 2021 to begin. Yo, can we get a hashtag for Gore in chat? Thank you so much, man. Happy holidays to you, too. Chrysler trying to see if he can mount up and just swing around to Moon. He probably has a Mortal Coil already. A Moon. Looks like the dots actually have time down on him. He actually has an opportunity to maybe make a comeback. Rallying cries back up. Looks like he was recovering a lot of health. Second Win, I think, was the play for him. It looks like mounted up second play actually might let the Arms Warrior make a comeback in this duel. Chrysler without a pet does not really have a way to slow Moon down effectively, otherwise there'll be a succubus always attacking Moon at all times. But looks like he was able to wait out the dots and get himself second wind rolling. I'm still wondering what kind of Covenant he is playing, because I haven't seen him use what his Covenant is. I'm guessing maybe Condemn. Looks like it's going to be big Avatar. Condemns are coming now, trying to slice Chrysler to have. That's going to be Soul Rod. I think maybe was Soul Rod reflected back No, it looks like Mon was hit by Solra. That's a lot of dots with the Mortal Coil chickens out of it. And that's going to be Malefic Raptors flying for Chrysler, hitting him with the drain left around the corner. Moon has to make a play right here. Just have to go for Hail Mary. And down he goes. That was not a lot a warrior could do against an Affliction Warlock like that. I don't really understand if there was any kind of setup where Arms Warrior would have had an advantage in a 1v1 against Affy. With how much mobility Affliction has. Maybe if there's no line of sight and Chrysler can't really go anywhere, but looks like Pharrell Williams actually trying to play up to the port. Chrysler is going to be able to soul shift into a cat and run out of there, but that initial port by the Warlock was yoinked back through this massive wall with the Ursals. Let me see if I can switch to the Duels mix, boys. I meant to do that last 1v1 duel. But I might as well do it here. But it just was so much back and forth action. And Pharrell Williams is going to take a little bit of dots. However, he can actually deal with quite a good portion of Chrysler's dots. The Agony in particular. And any curses to follow him. You could always cleanse himself. Going to be some dots lined up for Chrysler. Dots of the big UA rolling onto Pharrell Williams. Trying to get a Soul Rod on top of it. And the Druid is going to bail out of it. I think for the Druid, it's going to have to be all about getting a big play into Chrysler, maybe hitting him with a stun, making sure he has no way out, maybe root Silence Beam into a massive Convoke and blast the Warlock out of the game. That might be the way to play, because Chrysler has been able to at least line everybody, maintain dots as best as possible, and with the crazy mobility the Warlocks have now, is able to either catch up to people or chase after. Pharrell Williams trying to go maybe for the setup. Is this going to be the go? Big part available for Chrysler. Does get himself out of that silence. And it's going to be a drain life that doesn't last too long for him. Pharrell Williams trying to see if he can recover on health a little bit. Chrysler actually pushed in with a port aggressively against the Boomy. And the Boomy is kind of running low on mana. So maybe there could be opportunity for Chrysler to make a play. Is going to get the dots re-upped onto Pharrell Williams. Was he able to? Actually, he might have missed. It might have actually been too far away. I think he went for the ability, but didn't get it. If anything, it might have gotten maybe a Curse of Exhaustion. And in that case, Corsair actually didn't put him in combat, I guess. We are at the 10-minute mark, boys. We got 31% dampener rolling into this duel. Williams is trying to wait out Chrysler. Chrysler goes in for a port. Going to be a root for the Druid. Mortal Coil runs him almost in the direction of Chrysler. Trinkets out of it as he sees the Mortal Coil pathing him towards the Warlock line of sight. And what is this bug? I think it's when a Warlock is on a mount and then goes for a port. It kind of does this weird bug to him. Maybe it's just me. Because I've seen that happen to, I think it's mages too, when they blink off of mount. Sometimes they get like a weird bug going on. Pharrell Williams still hanging in there at 34% dampener with 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes into it. Chrysler trying to go for another Soul Rod play. Does he go for the port on top of the Druid? That's quite a bit of dots burning him without even being next to him. Chrysler's able to get quite a bit of dot damage. That's going to be blink for blink out of those two. I think Pharrell Williams is going to go for another blink from Soul Shape. Now it's going to be Chrysler trying to chase him with a root and a silence. I think Williams is still trying to get out of there. He's still playing very, very defensively. Going to be a renewal out of him. Porto coming out for Chrysler as he's committing quite a lot of cooldowns for the Druid. Going to be a Dark Glare available, meeting him on the other side with some zaps available. Or maybe it's gone. Looks like it timed out a little bit earlier than I expected. Going to be a big haze ball for Chrysler right now. Perfect opportunity to get some damage in. Convoke coming out. For Pharrell Williams. Big Star Star's coming out, but actually into the pet instead. He obliterated Chrysler's pet. Maybe it was a good idea. He summoned the Fell Hunter and decided to give up the whole pet sacrifice playstyle here. Because that pet ate all that damage. That could have been a big burst into Chrysler just now. So I think it could have been really bad for him. Did he ever reflect for that one? I think he might have used reflect earlier. He had a wall, so maybe it could have been where he might have had to use a wall and hope to survive. But that could have been lots of damage to Druid. Getting the Ursul's trying to get Chrysler out. Looks like he has a little bit of advantage. Chrysler finally able to set the dots in the UA, and that's going to be the Ursul's yoinking him in. Waiting to run out of the Ursul's, get yoinked in, port out, silence onto the Druid. But looks like his Druid is not going anywhere yet. Port has been used for Chrysler. I really hope they add the port into the cooldowns that we get to see. That's some mobility. It's pretty short, but I still, as someone who spectates the duels and commentates, would love to see it. These guys have really taken a little bit of time. Pharrell Williams has had great survivability so far in this duel. Chrysler just hasn't been able to pin him down. The couple of goes he had on him have been pretty big, but not enough to just finish this duel outright. And I wonder what kind of a talent Crysis is playing in the same row as a shorter CD on the dark layer. Is Fairloom's going to be able to get a reset? Going to be a mortal coil. Chrysler is going to go for UA. Trinket coming out for the Druid as he's just continuing to play very, very defensively. Just better line of sight Chrysler as best as possible. Wait out the dots and go in for a big burst wombo combo. He does have encourage coming out very soon. What are these plays? This is just a very defensive Druid right now. Just trying to think to see if he can recover. I think just trying to maybe wait out until he can get cooldowns. Maybe a Trinket. Maybe Incarn. But by then, Chrysler's going to have cooldowns too. Pharrell Williams better. I think you might need to just go maybe a little bit earlier. Just find a moment where he'll be in a good spot. Let's just try to win by boring this guy to death. Maybe. I mean, if a strat works, the strat works, right? Yeah, but Chrysler so far just can't deal with... Chrysler's pretty mobile himself. He can deal with Death Knights, he can deal with Warriors. But when it comes to a class more mobile than him, like a Feral Druid, I would imagine a Monk would be a very, very similar position. Mortical onto Pharrell Williams, trying to get the UA up and running with big haste available. Soul Rod up and running, lots of dots. Pharrell Williams might actually have to make a play. Gonna be Convoke with the Reflect available, trying to go for the Hail Mary, and oh my goodness. Chrysler decided to pour on top of him, Mortical, stun lock him with big haze buff, dominating as an Affliction Warlock for this duel. Damn. How's this a 1v1? He's just running? Dude, I think he probably has a strat. He probably had a play, but it looks like the play didn't work out. Chrysler just ended up taking it home. I think we got to get Chrysler in there again, man. His team didn't even get to play. Marcy, oh, Haynes up though. We might just maybe do Haynes and Marcy and then get Chrysler immediately into whoever's up next, because he's got to play again. He has to. His team didn't get to play. Let's get another one for running, boys. Chrysler coming out with the Affy. What? I gotta applaud that. That was actually really cool. I just don't see a lot of Affliction, and the fact that you picked it up, I'm kind of glad. Kind of glad you give it a go. If you want to go back to Destro, whatever you feel more comfortable with, man. First half 1v5, I think it is. I think this is the first Affliction 1v5 ever. Definitely for this expansion, but I think even with as long as we've been doing these, I don't remember Affliction Warlocks ever. Maybe in Legion, right? Maybe in Legion, but in a long time. Affliction Warlock 1v5 easily, dude. We got Lord in here too. Damn, dude. Try to find people group in LG Alliance. Yo, boys, alley on EU. Looking for more with Lord. I summon Battletech, please. Proxy mail. Which what's your real ID? I need to know, because I have a oh, unless you have the same name. Proxy. Are you Proxy? I got Sentry. I got Sil. I got Lexigor. I got Devlin. I got Kawaii, dude. Is that Kawaii? Oh, no. It isn't. It's same as Proxy. Let me see. Chat, help me out. Tell me if I miss it. Tell me if I miss it. And if I do miss it, tell me where. Is like middle of the thing? Is the top of the thing? Top of the line? I spaced out for a second. I really hope I didn't miss him. I literally spaced out for a second. I was not even focused on the names. I was focused on moving my finger up on the scroll wheel while trying to think of something to say. Okay, Trados. Well, what? Did I miss him already? You just scrolled past him. Damn it. Okay. Proxy. Hello from Germany. What's up, Bronze? How you doing, my man? Yo, let me add Proxy real quick and we'll get our next duel up and running. I think we'll do Chrysler's group again. Unless Haynes wants to fight Marcy instead. Haynes, who do you want to fight? Chrysler or Marcy? Did I miss him already? I feel like I already did. Bro. Hey, got him. Cool, you have a group? Because Haynes is ready, Marcy's ready. As you want. I'm gonna do a coin flip just to make it fair. Coin flip. Coin flip. Okay, it's gonna show you guys a coin flip. We're gonna flip it. It's 50-50 either way. Whatever side it lands on, the 50-50. Haynes, we'll say Marcy is heads. Chrysler's tails. Marcy's heads, Chrysler's tails. Marcy's heads, Chrysler's tails. Marcy's heads, Chrysler's tails. And Chrysler's gonna go first. We're gonna put Marcy against somebody immediately. I guess maybe Lord if he's ready. 405 Horde, perfect. Jesus not ready. It's okay. It's okay. We gotta put Chrysler versus Haynes though, because Chrysler's team needs to go again. I mean, it was literally just, it wasn't even his team playing. It was just Chrysler playing, right? So we gotta have to get his team a chance to play. Chrysler, if you want to do a roll, like a roll in your group, so you don't have to go last. If you want to just do a roll in your group to figure out who's going first, who's going last, you can do that too. It's however you want to do it, man. However you and your group want to do it. Maybe they'll be like, yo, Chrysler, sit this one. Go last. Clean, be the cleanup duty. Let us play. Tasty wants to play. Aurelian wants to play. Palavan been waiting weeks for this duel. Jonas been itching to try some Fury Warrior. Get out of here, Chrysler. Sit the bench. Let the boys play. You never know, right? Switch. That's being fair. That's as fair as I can be. You know, I try my best. It's never going to be perfect. Shh. Wait, how do I... Okay, we didn't ruin it. Oh, we didn't ruin it. Oh, switch. Sometimes that ruins the UI if I hit something weird, okay? I thought I ruined the UI and I had to reload, and that would have lost all you guys' whispers. I didn't make that mistake. Oh, we got ourselves team 2 with Epica as a Retribution Paladin. We got ourselves Kata as a Balance Druid Sap. Looking to sap some boys in here. Lexagor, or well, actually in Russian it would be Lyohagor, but we're gonna call him Lex. And Archeorc, trying to go for a Palmer from the opener. Looks like he is gonna go for an extra Viz. Playing the Arcane Mage versus team 1. We got ourselves Jonas, we got ourselves Palavan, we got ourselves, first up is gonna be Aurelian. This is gonna have to play, I think, a little bit of a slow game with Arc. It's gonna be a big old interrupt by Archeorc, which is gonna be number I don't even know what number 5 gonna be. Oh, Mirrors of Torment immediately versus Aurelian. Big damage to follow. Trying to go for the big one-shot or wombo combo. And Aurelian looking not to cast it. Oh, no! Wasn't even in silence or nothing. I guess he just thought maybe he was gonna go for a big old mind games and gain a lot of health back. But Arky looks like he had enough damage in there. And it had enough damage cooked up. Super unfortunate. For the Shadow Priest, looks like Palavan is going to be up next. Wait, Palavan is going to be up next as an unholy DK, trying to get some damage up and running onto Arky, but Arky got that slows on the pets as well as the Death Knight with that image in the back, casting Frostbolts on top of him. Going to be that extra hand available to help out. Arky is going to go for a massive heal with that temporal. Doorway of Shadows tried to happen, but that's going to be interrupted. That's going to be Arky going for the ice block versus Palavan, who did drop down a massive A-bomb. That is an ice block down. Oh, trying to go for a touch of the Magi onto a Death Knight with AMS, just completely nullifies that touch of the Magi. Super unfortunate. That's going to be Palavan going for a bit of a flash scout arc. It might need to reassess the situation a little bit. He just used a pretty big cooldown as part of his burst damage. So he's going to have to go for a little bit longer here with Palavan before he could really go for a big setup. Trying to see if he can Doorway of Shadows away from Pali. Is going to get the shield up and running. And now he actually has the opportunity to get some damage onto the DK from afar with whatever instacast he's got going on. Archimus was flying at the Death. It's still unavailable. Going to be a blink out of Arch. It looks like he's playing normal blinks. That's going to be the alter time available in order to get himself back up to where he was with that health. Mirrors of Torment available. Palavan actually... This is where Arky actually wants Palavan to attack him, but that's going to be Death Knight going in with a bit of a Death Pact early on, just trying to give himself that health buffer now as he's going to go in for damage. That's going to be AMS available. It looks like the Mirrors of Torment is not going to get the silence onto the DK. It is not going to get the root. So he's at least able to get a defensive for that one, and is able to actually maintain quite a lot of health. Going for the Death Pact early does give him that health buffer to just get the damage out. Actually able to use it quite well in this duel. It's kind of like a rogue. Rogues kind of want to use their defenses early. In some key situations, they don't. But generally in arenas, you kind of want to use your CDs early before you drop low. Arky getting the boys up and running. There's going to be the images available. Look at to be a port on top of Palavan. But I think it's just going to wait out for his CDs to be back up. Until that's going to be Ark on top of him. AMZ coming down. Trinkets out of it. Blinking away from Palavan. Does not have the AMS for this burst wombo combo. Archeor does get interrupted by the pet. However, that's going to be more missiles flying as the extra hand comes out from the Maldraxxus Covenant. Palavan does go for Lichborn. Perfect opportunity for you to use all those runes or runic power into death goals onto yourself if necessary. AMS available as he got himself a little bit of a shield to keep him up and running. Going to be misinterrupted. Ark is going to be able to separate. The AMS is out. So the next go Arca has without Paladin having that AMS is actually going to be quite massive amounts of damage. Though Arca took quite a bit of damage from the scuffle as well. Does have shields. That's going to be that triple shield availability. Flash can get interrupted. So Paladin, I guess Arca doesn't really have a lot that he can really interrupt from a DK, so might as well interrupt the Fleshcraft. Missiles flying at him. Paladin knows he doesn't want to deal with his damage for a bit. That's going to be Warlock Hellstone from Chrysler coming out, getting a grip onto Arca. Arca has plenty of health for now. The shield is still holding on until it isn't. Plenty of defensive cycle in though with that temporal. That's going to be that root and the silence of Paladin, who just chooses to trinket the root and the silence. More missiles flying at him, and Paladin does have some defenses coming back in. That's going to be Deathback. Probably should use it as early as possible, or if you can somehow find the line of sight from Arceorc, you should use it there as well. Interrupt onto that Touch of the Magi. Doesn't lose the Touch of the Magi, but still, that is a quite nice intro. Paladin can AMS the next Touch of the Magi. Might just want to save his CDs until Arca goes in for big damage and just AMS it, just to eliminate it completely. Wait it out until the Death Pact is over. Shields are back up for Arceorc. Trying to go for Touch of the Magi. If he can AMS at the right time, he'll be in a good spot. Arceorc might go here. No, actually just going to continue running as the Army of the Dead is on him. Able to slow down the pets a little bit. Free missiles flying at Paladin. Does go for the AMS. Arceorc can now go for the Touch of the Magi after the AMS and get his full burst up and running. Going to be A-Bomb rolling in. Doorway of Shadows trying to come out. Going to get interrupted on Shadow, not Arcane. So now Paladin has no way to interrupt the burst out of Arceorc. Trying to line him instead. He knows that interrupting that Doorway of Shadows does put him in a weird situation where he just can't deal with the output of Arceorc. And looks like Paladin sacrificed the first pet, summon the next one, potentially. Gripping in the rogue accidentally. Not much you can really do in that situation. Arce, though, is going to get himself a big old time warp, all to time back to the same spot where he was. Paladin kind of low on health. Does have Lichborn available. Not a lot of runic power to get those death calls in. Does get an interrupt on Arcane onto Arceorc. Again, not a lot of health real left. Maybe one more death call. Had one more death call, I think. Enough runic power for one more. And Arca has to go versus Jonas up next. Is going to go for that Invis. Jonas should be able to AoE him out as a Fury Warrior. That's going to be Alter Time as well as Temporal available. Don't worry, Shadow trying to come out for Jonas. It's going to interrupt him with Mirrors of Torment instead. Has Alter Time to reverse back to where he was. Jonas continuing to get the charges in. Big heals available for Jonas too. That's going to be a root very, very soon for Jonas. Big Touch of the Magi available for Arc. And Jonas, not a lot you can really do in that situation. And the Fury Warrior getting slammed down. No Reflect available for that one, right? That's a little unfortunate. That's a little rough as the team 2 is getting demolished by the Arcane Mage so far. This man is having a chrysler of a time. 1v3 so far. If Tasty can stop this win streak, this will be a pretty good for Team 1. Still lots of people in Team 2 that haven't gotten to play. So can Chrysler and Tasty take on the whole team? Can they just duo, or I guess solo duo those guys out? Or what? I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be Arky changing up the strategy, playing a little bit more defensive, more line of sight pillar against Tasty. Is going to burn through that Fleshcraft shield. And it's going to just try to kind of stay away from the guy, actually. I guess it's mainly he was kind of fine, kind of playing and dancing with him. But I guess against Tasty, he just can't be doing that. Does have blinks for that lasso, so it's going to be pretty good for him. Grinding Totem does get dropped down pretty early. And Arceor just taking those shields and running with him. Big zaps available. And actually, Arceor takes one zap at least to his health bar, which does put him behind a little bit. Trying to Doorway Shadow is going to be a stun by the pet. Going to be that blink available. And Tasty trying to go for that Lava Burst while moving with the Spirit Walker's Grace. And it's going to be temporal available for Arceor. Tasty just trying to clean Arceor completely from all the buffs he has. Triple shield available back out for Arceor. And Tasty is trying to stay mobile. Doorway of the Shadows for reposition as Arc and trying to stay away from the Shaman. Looks like the lack of self heals for Arceor is going to be potentially his downfall. He has plenty of health, plenty of shields. As a mage, I feel like you can play with much, much lower health than most classes, especially with how many, the immunity, but also the mobility and the CC chains you can get on players. So I feel like he'll be in a good spot. Tasty tried to clean Arceor. I guess it helps, right, to clean him up. Trying to make sure he can get those big zaps into shield, into his health bar. Treant coming out for that stun. Going to be touching the magic for Arceor. Has big damage ready for Tasty. Wants Tasty to get some casts back. And Tasty is going to go for that wall from the Earth Elemental, trying to get a Stormkeeper up and running. Going to be maybe some heals. Archeorg, does he have an interrupt? It looks like he does not for a bit. Going to be missiles flying. Tasty again does not want Mirrors of Torment to backflash the damage back to him. Is going to be that Silence with the Root. Does have himself heals available. Archie could maybe still turn around somehow. Ice Block was used. Is going to get a barrage on Tasty. It looks like Archeorg is going to be behind unless he can sit down and get some food. I think at this point Tasty has it here, man. I think at this point Tasty has it. San, Palavan in here. Palavan, the DK, he already got to play Zoom. Yeah, he already got to play, my guy. He got sent home. That's what happened to him. He was sent in and then sent home. Interrupted to Palavan. Oh, Arky getting taken down with a zap. That went through the shields too. I think he had maybe 1 or 2 shields on him still. Tasty was trying to clean up as much as possible. And 1 lightning bolt went through his shields right into the health bar. What's up, AJ? How you doing, my man? Merry Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas to you too, my guy. Hope you have a good holidays, man. Hope you have a good time. Duels tomorrow, by the way, if you want to, man. Duels tomorrow. Stoner to Tasty. Epic is gonna go for big damage. That's gonna be not the greatest damage out of that Kyrian Toll. It looks like he might have gotten the proc with the judgments, but it didn't look like it did damage, or maybe he just didn't get lucky. Stunned from afar. Tasty got the mobility. Whispered, Walker's Grace, get those lava bursts in there. Epic might have to go for a bubble. Oh, not even a bubble. Seeing that day as Tasty takes him out with just lava bursts back to back with a Paladin better. Bubble early, not pressing the button. Is going to be just, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go in. It's not gonna well. Lex is gonna be up next, trying to go for a polymorph onto Tasty. Does have the normal blinks in order to deal with the stun's breath, and a poly onto Tasty is gonna go for the big old greater pyro. He has the fire elemental to maybe clap back some damage back to Lexigor, and that's gonna be the Kyrian. Lex actually playing that Kyrian, trying to go for a big setup with the Kyrian wombo combo. Needs more Pyroblast in order to make the Kyrian thing work. Hex onto Lex, does get a trinket for it immediately. Meteor coming down to Tasty is just gonna get a knockback onto Lex, and trying to stay calm and collected while in Ghost Wolf. Got big zaps available for Lex as he has massive shields ready to go. Should be pretty big zaps available for Tasty. Lava bursts are flying, doing massive damage. Polymorph trying to come out, does get a jump in Arcade, and that's going to be Ice Block without Cauterize. Tasty just getting the cooldowns out of all these boys. Surprising them with damage. And Lex is going to have to go behind the pillar, maybe catch himself some food. With Tasty fast approaching, grounding totem on one side. Lex does go to remove it immediately. Man, Tasty's just a one-man army here. Him and Chrysler actually might have had, maybe it might have been too easy. Maybe they should take 2 people at once. Maybe that's the only thing to make it fair. Lex does get a blink pretty far away as the Lasso comes out. Is trying to maximize the range away from Tasty. Also, I like your Cobrak transmog going on. I'm pretty sure that's a set similar to what Cobrak was at some point, right? Lex does catch up on just a little bit of health. Tasty just continuing to clean him though as much as possible. Poly trying to come out. He doesn't have the shimmers without Poly, so he's kind of immobile when he's casting. That's going to be a Poly for free. Tasty does take away the grounding totem with his Fire Blast, which is pretty good. He focused down the grounding totem, which was good for Lex. Is going to at least be able to reposition, gaining some health back. At least maintaining his shields. That's going to be Ring of Frost on one side, grounding totem on the other. Trying again to stay away from Tasty. As he got up so Spirit Walker's Grace can move and line up the lightning bolt together. Even more mobile than ever before. Alter time available for Lex. If Tasty can somehow strip it off, it looks like he's not going to be able to get himself the port before he knows it. Try to go for a strip. He at least removed the arcane shield. That's going to be the blink for the lightning lasso. Tasty will not be able to lock down Lexigor unless he has the earth elemental. I think it's really going to come down to 12 minutes into this duel. 44% dampener, boys. Palavan. Oh, boys, come on. Palavan has been dead. It's been long gone. Big lava burst available for Tasty. He could go for a setup here. Lava burst trying to come out. Does get interrupted onto. Ooh, big Earthshock to follow. Earth Elemental joining the fight. Breath available for Legs. Trying to land a poly onto Tasty. And that's going to be Ring of Frost. Does get slammed down with a stun by the Elemental. Another re-poly onto Tasty. Looks like he's not sending the poly long. Is going to have the wall available for that greater pyro. Lasso stops Lexico for a second. Can always blink out of it. I think Tasty might have it here unless Lexico can somehow turn around. Nova onto Tasty and is looking to get out of there with his 3 shields available at 48% dampener. This shields are not as strong, and Tasty zaps him from a mile away. Taking him out, and Sapped is going to be up next. Trying to give him a bit of an honor duel. Daisy just went through a lot. Not a lot of cooldowns available. Won't have a trinket for a bit. So Sapped at least is trying to give him maybe an honor duel. Maybe. I think he did a salute or like a bow or like something. Does he let Tasty get a fleshcraft off? No, he doesn't. He gave him a bow. He gave him a bit of salute, an honor duel, but that's about all he can guarantee him. There's going to be no Shadow Blades, stunned by the Earth Elemental, stopping that 100% crit opener. Sap getting knocked back. It's going to be a Shadow Strike with a Shadow Step. Trying to stay mobile on top of Tasty. Trying to continue the Shadow Strike wombo combo while available for Tasty. Is going to rotate to the Fire Elemental stun around the corner onto Sap. Does have a Cloak of Shadows here. Could go for a blind Tasty and reset. Tasty's going to trick that blind. Sap trying to go for a setup. If he goes in for advantage, he could have himself a big go. Interrupts Tasty on the cast. Trying to go for the 100% crit damage. It's going to be Tasty with Lava Burst. Trying to stay calm and collected, but Sap does have the damage either way. It looked like Tasty decided, you know what, I'm going to cast in your face. See if that will do enough. Had to swap to a heal immediately. Maybe he started to heal himself early. Actually, I think he was locked out. And that's going to be Chrysler dipping in on top of Sap. Does he get dots on him? It looks like maybe there's dots on Sap. Hold on. Maybe it's an Earth Shock, Flame Shock from last duel. It looks like Chrysler's not going to let the rogue get himself an opener. Mortal calls him out of this. Soul Rot in the opener. Does drop down. A Smoke Bomb stun into the bomb. And as long as Chrysler can get the dots re-upped on the Sap, I don't know if the rogue can do this. He can maybe remove a curse with the Kyrian, but the actual Dot of Corruption, I think, is just over. If Sap can somehow go for a big go into Chrysler, he could have a standard chance. He is regenerating health little by little. Chrysler knows he doesn't want to get opened up on by the rogue. And I think he just might have to wait out the dots. Sipping Cup available for Sap, not a lot of heals coming back at 60% dampening. And looks like he might actually be able to get himself a reset. I think Chrysler is playing the slow from Corruption, because it looks like Sap is slowed while Corruption is active. Unless it was just an extra long duration Curse of Exhaustion. But that's going to be a Sap onto Chrysler from a guy named Sap. He's lonely. His name is only what he dishes out, you know what I mean? If it was a hot dog salesman, he'd change his name IRL to Hot Dog. Big Kyrian damage coming out. Tricky coming in for Sap. Trying to maximize the dams onto Chrysler while available for the Affliction Warlock. Trying to get the dots back up onto Sap. And that's going to be another stun by the rogue. No Cloak of Shadows for a bit. Going to be a big port for Chrysler. Trying to go for Drain Life. Does he get it here? I think that Drain sends him to the Shadowlands 2.0. Because we already are in Shadowlands. So there got to be a Shadowlands beyond the Shadowlands. You know what I mean? Catalyzor is going to be up next as a Balance Druid. I like how we have less Feral Druids in these duels. More Balance Druids nowadays. Convoke just brought these guys out, man. Just Convoke them. Easy. And that's going to be Chrysler, I think, without a human racial. Big Incarnation available. Actually, kind of playing the Kyrian instead. Big Star Surge coming out for Chrysler. Does have a Reflect available. Mortal Coil flying from quite a distance on Takata, who's going to trick it out of it immediately. And Chrysler is going to backpedal into his, well, not literally backpedal, but back up into his side of the arena. We are at 16 minutes into the duel. 69% dampener, boys. Chrysler sitting at about less than half health. He did use a trinket to buff up his health, too. But looks like that has fallen off now. And we'll be seeing that for, I think, a minute 50, minute 30, minute 0.5, 2 minutes. I don't even know what they see on that trinket anymore. I think it's a minute 30. Like a defensive trinket, Battle Master's trinket. Kata bobs back right into stealth. Chilling. Waiting for his opportunity to strike. The eyes are going to get picked up by Chrysler. And there he goes, getting the dots up and running. Moonfire, Sunfire, letting the stars fall into Chrysler. And Kata is just going to try to stay away. Maybe get a reset. Mortical runs him out in the open with a UA and all the dots up and running. Root and a silence. Kata, is he going to run out? Looks like he's just going to get the dots back up and running. Get some freebie damage onto Chrysler with the Bardic Skin up and running. Try to get some damage. Does force out a Reflect. So next Convoke could be huge. If he can find a way to just CC Chrysler outright. Actually, he can Convoke. I keep saying Convoke, but he actually can Convoke. He goes in with a Kyrian. Whatever damage increase that is, like 20, 25 maybe. Big Starters back to back. Chrysler does extend the dots onto Catalysator. Onto Kata with the Dark Glare. Does go for the big Haze Ball with Dark Soul. And now I think it's just up to dots. Regrows are in the ballpark for Kata. The Dark Glare does dissipate. Chrysler needs himself a heal right now. Does he have a Mortal Coil? He does. UAs are coming up and running. Trying to get a Soul Rod onto Kata. And to a port immediately. Kata has a lot of dots on him. And the Drain Life might finish him. And Chrysler does take it out. Him and Tasty just bringing home the win after that one. Him and Tasty just finishing off at the end. Arhi had a very, very strong start with them 3 kills. But Tasty taking the brunt of the damage, and then Chrysler keeping it cool and collected enough to finish off that fight, boys. Let's go. Let's get another one up and running, yeah? Let's get another duel running. We gotta get ourselves Marcy versus Krager. We gotta push Krager. I don't know who was gonna go next, but we have to push Krager. I told Krager before, like I told him last week, I didn't get you in. We could have done one more duel, but I chose not to. I chose to bail. So we gotta get Krager in here immediately. And afterwards, what we gonna get? Jesus is ready. I don't know if Zakata is ready, but it looks like Proxy's here. I think Proxy's team and Zakata's team were the same. Lord, you have a team. Need one more. Still need one more. So we get him versus Ali. Haynes and Krager and Marcy, we can start mixing them up a little bit. Ooh. Well, no wrong thing. Okay, Krager and Marcy, boys. We gotta get Krager in here. I told him last week, man. I ended it early. And now we gotta get the boy in here. Let's try it again. Krager, got it. Marcy, do you have like weird eyes? Marcy, M-A-R-C-I-I-E. We are ready. You have no target. Marcy, Krager, make sure you guys are not offline. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. Make sure you guys are not offline. But yeah. We live in a society. We sure do, Arvid. We sure do. Society is censoring the boys. I guess. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real life. I'm not online, not in queue. Wait, okay, we'll try it again. Are you guys same team? Are you the lead? Do you have a group? Did I mess something up? I might have messed something up. Invite spectator match. Kragar. K-R-A-G-A-R. Marcy. M-A-R-C-I-I-E. M-A-R-C-I-I-E. I don't know. I don't know. Wish I could forward to Shadowlands. Yo, Crux. When you can, if you can, it'll be a ton of fun to have you here, my man. Are 5v5 something you can do, or is this player done? So I host, but there's definitely a lot of community like involvement in this. To make groups, to put them together, enlist them in LFG, to get people together, and to duel, it does take a lot of the community, which we have an insane community here, by the way. An insane, like a really organized one that want to be, an insanely generous and committed community to the duels. So it's something I do. Yes, I queue you, but I do need the community and people to make the groups themselves. So it's like a collaborative effort, honestly. Yeah. Really hoping to get a new implementation of this game. Dude, that'd be cool if they added something like this. Okay, Marcy, Kragar. It's not working. I don't know why. Marcy, Kragar. Make sure you guys are both online. And you're not in LFG. Make sure you're online on Real ID. Because that's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, we'll get Kragar against... I guess we'll have to get Kragar versus Lower Lord. Because I do need to get Kragar in here. I did promise him a game from last week. So, I don't want to make Marcy wait, but... I do need to get Krager in here. I did promise him. I did tell him as soon as he's on. Get him in immediately. Well, Survival Hunters out in Shadowlands. I think since Marksman is so strong, I think more people are giving that a go. Survival, I think, was just a means to an end. But I don't want to give a Survival Hunt up and running. The Marcy go next game, Lower Lord. Yeah, if it doesn't work with Marcy, I will have to get Lower Lord in here. And we'll get Marcy versus Ali or Jesus or somebody. What's your guides while waiting on Shadowlands? Is a Christmas present from my family to buy, but you guys are great. Yo, thanks, Krux. Appreciate you. Appreciate it, my man. We're gonna see the step back in and bring the Outlaw Heat Ninja. Yeah, maybe. I'll be down for it. Merry Christmas to JC. How you doing, my man? Trying again. Didn't work. All right, Marcy, I'm gonna put Lord Lord next, just because I need to get Kragar in a duel. If it doesn't work, then it might be Kragar, something wrong with him. If this works, then it's something with Marcy. No, it actually did not work. Kragar, my man, is everything? Are you online? Are you on Reality? Hold on, maybe it's Kragar off on not on Reality. Yeah, it is Kragar. Wait, no. Gotta be online. Okay, hold on. Kragar, gotta be, crap. Hold on, gotta be online. online in real ID, otherwise it don't work. There we go. That makes sense. No. We'll get Marcy versus Kragar. We'll get Marcy versus Kragar. It actually ended up being Kragar because I can't even see him on my real ID. He's saying plus, like he's ready to go. But we can't because he ain't ready. You got to be online. Yeah, just switch yourself online. I don't know who you're hiding from, but you just got to have to bite the bullet and let him know that you're online. I don't know who you're trying to avoid. Maybe there's someone who's been like, please, Kragar, can you do duels with me? Oh, I love you and your duels. And he's like, he's just trying to avoid some adoring fans, just trying to have some boy time, you know, hanging out with the boys, real ID off, duels on, you know what I mean? He's just trying to have some fun. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know if he's on right now. And Marcy worked. He's just gonna have to get all the fan mail right now. He's just gonna have to deal with a myriad of PMs he's getting right now, dude. Oh, so many adoring fans around the world for that boy Kragar. My man, I know on just on Christmas Eve, or actually in Russia it's like wait the day after. It's like the AM, right? It's like the day after. It's the morning after. I think I think it's a 10-hour difference or something like that. I'm not doing math. Chat, somebody doing math for me. Time right now on my side is 6 p.m. East Coast. 6 p.m. East Coast. 10-hour difference in Russia, give or take, in regions. Go, somebody do the math. What time is it in Russia? Or if you just live in Russia. That could work too. Did I save that? I don't know if I did. I'm just gonna go. We go again. We go again. Just to make sure it's saved. 4 a.m. Yeah, it's day after. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? It's 1 a.m. Okay, so it's either 4 a.m. or 1 a.m. somewhere there. It's a pretty big, it's a pretty wide area. It's a pretty wide surface area, Russia. You know what I mean? Switch. We got ourselves. Oh, that's a lot of warriors. You know what? I will allow it. That's a lot of warriors, but I will allow it just because we need Kragar into these duels. It's plus they're warriors. They're not gonna dominate duels or anything crazy like that. I don't think. Maybe we never know. But we got ourselves Kragar with the boys. We got Master Fruit. We got ourselves gonna be. And was it Anki Raishi? Aniki? We got Aniki in here. Instant karma against Sub-Zero the Rogue. Is he going to be able to catch up to him? Aniki. Step, bro. Shadow stepping for Sub-Zero. Does he have the port to catch up? He does keep the Rogue in combat still for a little bit longer. Sub-Zero is going to be one here. Perfect. Is just trying to get himself the carry and extra heal rolling. Just trying to go for a bit of a reset. It looks like Aniki actually is playing the Venthyr monk, so actually it should be images. No, the images, the extra monks he spawns done actually get Sub-Zero in combat. I don't understand why, how, but it's going to be a sap. Sub-Zero should be able to get himself a reset. It looks like Aniki didn't trinket, so it looks like the Rogue will put up maybe Shadow Strike immediately. So the next trinket should be a go. Are you an orc? I think you are. Cube shot coming out. Is going to go for a bit crit damage. Is going to go for the Kyrian leg swept into a kidney shot. Anarchy should be able to live that leg sweep with a Fist of Fear flying. Evasion available for the Rogue. And Anarchy dropping in big defenses. That's going to be diffuse harm or dampen harm. Big wall available. And Sub-Zero is running out with a Zoan attacking him from a distance. It looks like Sub-Zero should be able to get himself back up and running. Unless somehow the Zoan, the boy. Getting dots up and running. Sub-Zero, does he have the vanish? He does not. Blind is available though. Blind is available. I think he... Oh. I was thinking he was going to go for a big setup with a blind. But looks like it's not going to be happening. Anarchy having to go versus Garmsham next. Who's going to be number 5. Okay, works out for him. Gets a stun onto Anarchy with a light lance as he's trying to roll out of the big lava burst flying. Big damage and a frost shock to slow. Oh, Meteor right after. Just throwing everything at him, man. He's trying to throw... He's basically a representation of 2020, dude. He's trying to throw meteors, volcanoes, everything. And Anarchy trying to see if he might be able to redirect it all with a karma. Good karma is the play for him. And that's going to be Earth Elemental available for Garmsham. Or Garmsham? Garmsham. I'll take Garmsham. Anarchy coming out without not a lot of defenses. Lightning Lasso, I think that might be the end. The monk does not set Lasso long, though. That is his one saving grace. That's going to be an interrupt onto the monk. With Vivifies flying. And not much you can really do, I think, in this situation. Zanika trying to get himself a bit of a reset away from the shaman. Does he get himself enough of a reset? Trying to see if he might be able to bail behind the pillar. Does get tagged with a flame shock. That's going to be Garmsham with the lightning bolts as well as lava bursts available. Does have the... Maybe should have taken down the totem. Maybe the mobility keeps him running, but I was going to say Skyfury totem. Maybe should have taken it down. Lightning lasso while empowered with Skyfury totem for at least a tick. Maybe to in cap with a stun totem on the other hand. Does get at least DR'd so hard with it. He's going to be okay. It looks like Anakin should be able to keep himself up and running and rolling. He's going to bail out of this. Speaking about rolling, bailing out as soon as he get a knockback with a thunderstorm. And Sham has himself... Actually, it looks like he never completed that... Stormkeeper does not have lightning in his hands. It's got to be maybe Anik can get himself a setup. Maybe a perfect opportunity for him to get something going. Looks like he's going to bail out as soon as Garmsham does have any kind of mobility. Got to go for a reset, wait up. He does have cooldowns coming back. Trinket available very, very soon. And he just might need every single one of those cooldowns to really make a play. Trying to drop down more monks in order to attack Garm. It looks like those monks are doing maybe a little bit of damage. Maybe a little bit. The Fist of Furies are offline. Should be a lot of pets available. The wind is coming out. The boys with images available. And Garmsham trying to go for a hex onto the monk. Does have a trinket for it. Does he have the interrupt? He does not. There's still lots of damage on the Garmsham with the images as well as the wind. More pets are flying. And that's going to be Garmsham down. Anakin playing the beta playstyle from Shadowlands. Remember when everybody wore Ventir and they had all those pets, all those extra monks getting spawned in from the mirror? It was nutty. It looks like Radgar is going to be up next as a survival hunter. As the team is going to whittle down. Before the team whittle down completely, we got ourselves Player looking to play a game. And we got ourselves Wefney as a monk. Some of the last ones left on Team 2 as Anakin not really giving the team too much of a breather. Just kind of going from one person to the next, able to kite him out, wait until CDs is up, and then just kind of collapse everything on him. Steel Trap is going to stop Anakin from afar, trying to reach those Fist of Furies, but they only go so far. Does get himself a port. Going to be a Harpo for Redgar. Trying to make sure Anakin doesn't get to go anywhere. Can't even line aside him anymore. Stun coming out for the Hunter. And the monk is going to take damage from a distance. Can't even line his sight again, as I said. Images are available. Vivifys is flying in cap on the Redgar. I think the pet might have it here. Maybe Vivifys are still flying. Needs that kill shot yet again. And Redgar does take him out. Finally, Team 1 will actually be able to have more than one person play. With Cragger going to be out first. Also on that team, we got ourselves Tellerian in the back. And we got ourselves... What is it? Speed Q? Speed Q. Call him Speed. I am Speed. Kraken trying to blaze storm out of that steel trap next to Redgar with a reflect. No freezing trap coming out anytime soon. Tower trap rolling down instead. Kraken got himself that ignore pain rolling, and that should be enough to keep him afloat for a little bit longer. Trinkets out of the freezing trap, just trying to get some pressure onto Redgar. Could maybe get a turtle shell out of him too. That is a trick you get traded by Kragar. But maybe him being Orc might be able to deal with most of at least the stuns, the dangerous CC. Resonant Trap or Resonant Arrow onto Kragar. Should be a lots of crits for Radgar. Doesn't have the line of sight he needs. Does drop down Steel Trap in order to at least root Kragar for a second. That's a lot of range damage available for him. Reflect out for Kragar. He knows. Oh, Radgar dropping down Freezing Trap maybe a little too early. You should have seen that massive shield hanging over Kragar's head. Kragar might be able to get the big executes available. Trying to go for the big rampages in there. Raging Blows. He is playing the talent that modifies his recklessness. Where he gets stronger Bloodthirst. They heal for slightly more. And Raging Blows that also give him a mini charge. So that was pretty cool. But also give him a lot of burst, basically. That just becomes a real cooldown. Normally it's just there to give you lots of rage. But it becomes a real CD. Oh, Freezing Trap reflected. He saw the Freezing Trap. He saw the trap getting thrown out. And you reflected it back to Redgar to get him out of stealth. His own traps is the worst enemy by the looks of it. Redgar barely at enemy health. I think it's going to be executed available for Kragar. Oh, taking him out. What Covenant is Kragar actually? Is he Maldraxxus? No. I haven't seen him pop a shield. I haven't seen a lot of warriors in Maldraxxus Covenant, by the way. I feel like that one might need a buff. He is playing the Ventir. The Condemned does come out. That does do 2 weapons. Both executing into the target. Wefney trying to lock him down with a big old Fist of Fury. Kragar is going to leap out of it immediately. Wefney still has quite a bit of damage rolling. Kragar got himself Ignore Pain, but that got burned through very, very quickly. Is going to beef up his health with a Battle Master Trinket. Wefty has plenty of self-heals capable for now. Touch of Death is cracking against the low. Actually, Wefty, did you use wall for that? Did you wall it? I think you might have walled in order to give him more health. That touch of death onto Kragar. I felt like Kragar should have been fine. I didn't think it was a 10%. But if he does have to go for a trinket out of this big damage from Master Food, as he is in booming form, it looks like he's just gonna just wrath through the karma. Good karma is gonna give Wefty quite a lot of healing. Is gonna get a wall up and running. Pretty sure his Kieran's up. Might be maybe a Kyrian heal as well. Master Food getting locked down for a bit here. Barskin is keeping him alive for a little bit longer. Roar onto Wefty. He's gonna roll on top of Master Food. Does start food him out of it. Maybe Master Foot can still make a play. He still has Incarnation rolling, so you might eventually be able to maybe get some kind of CC chain into Wefty, maybe a stun, get some distance. It's in. Bear form blinks past the... Oh, big play. Blinking past the Ring of Peace. Pod is coming down, but Wefty should have enough damage to Fist of Fury down the pod. And down it goes. Dalaran is going to have to be up next for this team. Looks like the Warriors will not be able to lock it down just yet. We still have two people left on team 2, so it's actually 2 for 2. Dalaran going in with the Warrior Fae ability, slamming down big damage into the Monk and landing that execute at the end. What does that Warrior? What does that do? I know it does like some kind of like a frontal. It's like a massive. It's like a pseudo shockwave. Going to be a roar against player. He does have double tap available. Freeze the trap reflected back to him, and Dalaran just continuing to pump damage back to player. Dalaran just came in and slammed him out of there, man. That's gonna be player with the turtle shell blinking out of there, still coming out. Gonna be going for big knife rate damage. I think Dalaran should have enough health. Actually, just tanked up everything, and I guess he landed execute. I guess it was an execute through the scatter shot. What? And Dalaran actually getting 2 kills. I've seen Warriors very rarely run the Night Fae ability. What does it do? Can someone link it? Can a Warrior with a Night Fae ability, or if someone's like has a tooltip for it, can you link it? Dalaran, can you link it to me? I'm Dal Spectator on Argent Dawn. I think, is it Argent Dawn? Wait. I think it is. No. It's the RP server for EU. Like your guys' Moonguard. I think it's Argent Dawn, but I could be wrong. Alright, boys, let's get another up and running. That was awesome. I like when people are playing a class and a Covenant that's just different. I like that. Marcy, good to play. We got to get Lord in. Lord Ali, I don't know if Ali's here. Ali, are you here? Ali, 30 seconds. Message me right now. Go. 30 seconds. Message me. Go. 30 seconds. Hit me up. Let me know if you're still here, because I don't know if you're still here. Otherwise, I'm gonna get because I gotta get Lord next. We're probably gonna get him versus Jesus or Proxy. Maybe Proxy. We'll do Proxy. Either one. Should we use Arcane Shot as a marksman hunter? Yes, you should be using Arcane Shot. I think you should be using Arcane Shot only if you're overcapped on focus, or usually with aim shot procs. While Dalaran, why don't Feral? Why don't Feral? That's a good question. The nerf sub and the leave Warrior like that. Come on. That's an arms warrior. With a Night Fae Covenant. Maybe it's a Night Fae Covenant that's really good. But also they got a lot of more damage. I don't know if you played against arms warriors that much, but they really do damage. They do a lot of damage. More than we were used to. How long is Dalek doing these duels? We're going to be doing these duels for at least about another hour or so. It depends. Maybe longer. I usually try to have 2-hour streams. I've been streaming for a little over an hour so far. Okay, Ali, I didn't get a new message, so we gotta go Lord versus Jesus and Proxy. Okay, Jesus Proxy, I'm just gonna do a coin flip at this point. I feel bad. I know both of you have been waiting. You guys played literally first ones, and you've been waiting since the beginning. At least I'm guessing Proxy is with Zikari, right? So it'll be same team. Jesus heads, Proxy tails. Works out perfectly because for somebody for Proxy left works. Hey, Jesus, you were destined to play next, dude. That's all I can say. You were destined to play next. Okay, Lord and Jesus next. Jesus and Lord. Here we go. I don't know what that means, Zoom. You zoomer, McZoomy. Every time I see that elfish language, I just think of Tolkien. Just every time you speak that elfish language, just think to yourself, what would Tolkien say? What would Tolkien do? I recommend Paladin. Paladins are pretty good. Yeah, Paladins are pretty good right now. Well, Death Knights are really strong. Warriors are also really good, at least in PvP. I guess it depends if you PvP or PvE. Paladins are really not bad either. Like, I don't know if people are giving them a bad rep, but they really are not bad. They really are not bad. However, I've seen unholy Death Knights slamming inside of... Actually, all three are good. All three are really good. I don't think any of them are... I don't think any of them are, like... Try to think of, like, a really bad class. There's really no bad class. Everybody's kind of good at different things in this expansion so far. Switch. Like, no obvious ones. We got us Asshole Man! Wait, where's the boy? Where's the boy? Asshole Man! Sticking with the Revendreth Covenant, as I can see. We got us XTP with Eula. We got us Bear God X and Obliv! Yeah, Obliterate. It's your brother Obliv. You guys are kind of related, aren't you? Both of you play Fire Mage. Both of you are named Obliv. Ooh, well, look at those goggles, dude. What? Oh, wait. Did it? I thought someone threw something at you, but I think it was literally your Kyrian steward. You just let him out. At least you didn't keep the kid around watching you fight. We got a Tarson on the other team with Blaine. We got, what is his name? Rhinium with Milk Drop, and Yandex. His name is Milk Drop. That's actually so good. We got ourselves Ryu taking quite a bit of damage in the open. It does get a summon to Obliv. It's going to be Breath to follow. And Obliv, I think, had himself the Ultra Time pretty early on. Big combustion coming out for Obliv. Trying to he's just trying to fight through the karma. He's actually just trying to fight through the karma. Wine does not play good karma. Going to be a pod. Obliv, does he know there's a pod? Figures out there's a pod. Obliv, take him out. Oh, good. I was going to try to make a joke of he still has AirPods in. He can't hear me. Because he was in a pod. He still is a pod. He can hear me. Oh no. Blaine is going to be up next as a Boomy versus Obliv opening up. And it's just going to go for... Oh, I'm swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry. With the Root Silence immediately. Blaine trying to go for a bit of an in-card. Is that going to be the big Convoke maybe potentially? Blaine coming out for Obliv. Getting him with a Disarm. Disarm the Mage with an Interrupt. And look like the Convoke... As much damage as it could do, it actually hit the images. Like, a couple Star Chargers that flew out, all hit images. For Obliv, that's probably the perfect opportunity to be there. Perfect images, man. Perfect images play. Enough not to take too much damage, enough time to give you an interrupt. And Blaine having to go for a Barskin, trying to deal with Obliv as Fireballs is trying to fly. Is Obliv going to go for a clean sweep? Obliv from Ravencrest is going to try to go for a freeze onto Blaine, who runs into while in barrel from G-Pie. Still going to do a bit. Radiant Spark with Fire Blast is actually quite a big portion of damage. Is going to try to see if he can blink out of it. Obliv does have a Phoenix at the very end. The Phoenix doesn't really do the most amount of damage. It's really good for getting yourself a crit buff. It's just a good instant cast. It's mostly good for PvE. Breath onto Blaine as Obliv trying to drop a big old meteor on his head. And Blaine with that silence at the end. Big pod coming out again. 2 for 2 pods. You know that pod doesn't actually count towards Obliv win. It actually just ends up being a pod that kills Blaine. Wait, Blaine, does he survive it? Fireballs couldn't do it. Blaine gets a second chance. Better not wasted. That pod actually saved you. Obliv has got himself combustion roll. He's like, you know what? I'm making sure you're getting taken out, fam. Pyroblast flying. Breaths. Roaring. Scorches. Burning. It looks like Blaine is actually still going to stay alive. I'm surprised. Interrupt, and that's going to be Obliv taking him out. Obliv with those fire blasts. That's me, boys. That's me when I'm on my outlet and I don't have burst and they just got into pod. I'm like, I just used everything. Please. It's a fireballing in PvE style. It's just like, I can't. Majors are so like... Sometimes they have big damies, sometimes they don't. Gonna be an alter time for Obliv, letting the Convoke the Spirits go, and it's gonna be able to alter time back. The last bite does do some damage. It's gonna be a big brutal slashes available for Tarson, as he got himself lots of damage ready, and that's gonna be maybe some setup for Obliv, trying to make that meteor work with that Kyrian. Lots of damage for Obliv. I think going for that Kyrian, by the way, just gives him like more burst opportunities, because if you just go for a couple fire blasts, pyro, fire blast, pyro, without combust, together with a Kyrian ability, Radiant Spark, it just adds that damage. It just doesn't a stack of damage. And I believe he's just gonna mount up, waiting out for the Feral Druid to, I guess, open up. No trinket available for Tarson. I believe has combustion coming up in about 38 seconds. So if you might have to wait that long, Tarson, if he has a pre-wall for that one, he might be a-okay. Gonna be an opener by the Feral. Does the Blip play normal blinks? I think he might. Bash by Tarson. I believe he's just gonna wait. Let those absorbs that he has legendary for. No, the Ring of Frost does not lend a root onto Tarson. At least absorbs a backup. Is usually enough for him to stay quite survivable. Gonna be images available, even further reducing the amount of damage Obliv takes. Fireballs still roaring, but doesn't really have the burst or setup just yet. Tarson did wall this, by the way. He walled something earlier. If Obliv can go for a big combustion setup, there it goes. Meteor coming down. Tarson has nothing for it. And oh my goodness. The combustion came and went. Only 2 people left on team 1. 100% crit Sub-Rogue and Yandex, the Frost Death Knight, who's still sticking to his guns, playing the Frost with a massive 2-hander. I really do wonder if we'll actually see Frost Death Knights come back for PvP. Because the Obliterate playstyle has been pretty good, but Blizzard did do a couple nerfs in order to make the dual wield and the 2-hand playstyle so close to one another in terms of damage output. Very, very close. Gonna be AMS immediately for Yandex, getting the dots up and running onto Obliv, trying to get the Remorseless Winter rolling. And that's gonna be the grippy arm stun onto Obliv. I think he's trying to maximize the range and grip Obliv into the Dragon's airstrike. Sintergosa. There's going to be Obliv getting himself shield back up and running. Looks like the hand wasn't enough with Yandex. Got a couple of grips into Obliv, but I think he might still be able to get a polymorph either way. And looks like the polymorph is going to happen. G-Pie is just going to have to eat it to the face unless the pet gets this random stun. A Radiant Spark to follow as Alter Time is available. Meteor coming down onto Yandex, walking out of it immediately. Going to be Arcane Explosions as Obliv just gives himself just a bit extra damage while not interrupted. That's going to be the Alter Time, keeping him still fresh and rolling. Breath onto Yandex with a Ring of Frost. He still has to see whether it's Pollards, whether it is Rings. Pyro trying to make a play. Going to be a stun by Yandex. Unless Yandex can get some kind of a burst, Obliv's shield just hasn't really moved at all. They just hasn't been able to move the dial with just those triple shield. Legendary. Getting interrupted on the fire with Obliv. Trying to make those obliterates work. Got himself Lichborn, and Obliv is just waiting now for that anti-magic shell with a poly immediately off. Gonna let Yandex catch up on a little bit of heal. Pi is thrown, and that's gonna be Radiant Spark with that Pi. That's gonna be a Fireball, Fire Blast trying to go for a Pyro. Big damage onto Yandex with just the Radiant Spark, as Yandex having to go for a death pack. Again, watching Frost DKs, I just don't... I think maybe Blizzard went too much with a 2-hand nerf, because I feel like it used to be a really bursty, really choppy damage, like it would really chunk bits of health out of the enemy, and now it's not like that anymore. I wonder if there's maybe like a different change to playstyle that might make it work. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a slight change to playstyle that would work here, but I don't know. Pyro getting chucked out at Yandex. Breath by Obliv. Trinkets out of that stun with a Ring of Frost. Doesn't quite get it. Yandex not frozen. Does have AMS. Does have that second stun onto Obliv. The AMS is up with the extra hand from the Maldraxxus Covenant. Is going to get the interrupt onto Obliv. The extra hand is going to grip him in. At this point, Yandex might just have to maybe go for the biggest setup damage-wise. Got his pet up and running, so might be able to sacrifice the pet for extra health if necessary. The grips are pretty good, getting Obliv back in next to him over and over, but Obliv's Alter Time just keeps him so lively, interrupts him on fire. And that's going to be a Radiant Spark for Obliv. He can at least cast one spell, if not the other. Scorches might be all he needs. And that's going to be a big heal for Yandex as he sacrifices the pet. Huge heal for him. Image is available. Wait, maybe Yandex can someone turn around. Obliv is actually kind of low on health, getting stunned up. And Yandex got the dots rolling into Obliv, but he's not really going to be able to do much from there. Kind of waiting him out, gripping him in, and that's going to be an opportunity for Obliv to maybe get a blink out. Meteor dropping down into Yandex. Big damage to follow, and a Phoenix finished him off. They did have to burn combustion for it. Cauterize, as well as Ice Block still available for Obliv, is going to blink out of that stun. Ice Block as the Cauterize comes out. Is he going to try to maybe get a... He's not going to be able to tag Milk. Not going to be able to do much to this rogue. He did drop down Smoke Bomb. Did catch himself a reset. And unless Obliv has a human Rachel for this next go, I don't think there's much he can really do here. Because Milk did catch himself a normal reset. There's still a blind re-stealth. There's Vanish reset. So Obliv might just have to pick up the eyes. Is Milk going to be on top of him when that happens? Shadow Strike and Cheap Shot. Actually, Milk is the one to pick up the eye. Can Milk vanish with the eye up? I know you can vanish with the eye a little bit after. That's going to be all time for Oblivion getting hit with a blind. At least he's going to be able to get all his health back. It looks like Milk is going to get himself a reset either way. I was going to say, because I know you can vanish right after you pick up the eye, but I think if you pick up the eye and you sit there for a second as a rogue, you might not be able to vanish. So I was thinking, wait, vanish out. Still come blind, so I guess it wasn't really all that bad. Oblivion got himself the triple shield back up. And not a lot he can really do, except for breath onto Milk. Does get a trick it out of him. Nova him. Milk's trying to go for the big dammies. Has a vanish if he needs to. But that's really about all. Does have Shadow Meld actually. Vanish comes out. Trying to finish Obliv right now. And it looks like it's going to be it. He actually committed a vanish. I don't know if he really needed to, but maybe to prevent the meteor taking him out and the mage actually having a chance. Milk maybe did need to vanish that and just finish him off. Opening up with Shadow Strikes like that is a little bit sketchy though. Because he did get hit with a breath into Nova and just put himself in a bad position. I feel like you might just have to open up with a cheap shot into Shadow Strike. Or if you are going to Shadow Strike, you need to be running to the side so you might be able to juke out a breath. Run to the side, then Shadow Step, cheap shot, or have a Shadow Step ready, I think. I know it's burning a lot of mobility, but you basically just got to have an instantaneous dodge of the breath if you want yourself the most uptime on the enemy. It looks like Bear God X is going to be next. It looks like not a lot of people from Team Obliv and Team Atho really got to play, unless this rogue is about to just go through these people one by one. Bear God is just waiting for the rogue. He has the eyes if he needs to. And the rogue, I think, might just wait for cooldown. I think Bear God might have to pick up the eyes, man. Otherwise, this rogue is just going to wait until every CD is back up. Trick available soon. Blind coming up very, very soon. Vanish on a pretty short cooldown, too. He might just have to go for it. Proactively looking for the rogue. Because I think the rogue has no qualms of just sitting and waiting. There's no point of being... Oh, maybe he's impatient a little bit. Going to be cheap shot onto Bear God. He triggers out of it. Barks and Thorns available. Going to be Milk trying to make some damage happen. Cloak shot is available if he needs to. Getting stunned up by Bear God X. Got the bow. Maybe being impatient might have actually played to his strength. Obliv taken... I think Obliv is 4 kills. I think one of them was killed by the Seed. I think it was Rhino. It was killed by the Seed. And Seed technically kills you, not the mage who killed the Seed. Technically, but that is really good for Obliv. Very well played. I think we gotta get Obliv back in here, man. We gotta get him against the next team. We gotta get him in there. I think we gotta get him versus Proximi. I think we have to, dude. And then Chrysler, we gotta get him in here too. Chrysler, Kragar, Marcy, Pains, we gotta get you guys all in. Yeah, let's do it. It looks like Zakati. If you have a group, man, let me know, Zakati. I haven't seen a message from you in a bit. I don't know if he has a group or not. I don't know if Proximi is just the lead of the group. And then that works out for me too. We gotta get Lord back in there, dude. Most of the team didn't get to play. This legend sounds epic. The mage one, it's really good. A lot of mages are playing it for the survivability. We got us as Lord and Proximi. Chrysler, we definitely get you in next. I think you and Kragar can maybe go, right? I have you and Kragar and maybe Haynes versus Marcy. If Marcy or Haynes are not around, then we always have Jesus. Again? Okay, cool. I got it. Gotcha, boys. Mark of the Assassin sub-rogue through these fights. I mean, I don't think rogues would... Okay, so maybe rogues... I think rogues can actually use that. But I think rogues will eventually want to transition away from it and use the Vanish Legendary. I heard that that one is a lot better for 3v3s. What kind of bandages do these players use heal classes like Mage? What kind of bandages? I mean, if they have first aid, they can. I don't really know what they use. I think it was just the mage survivability with the shields. Do we gotta go again? Might have to go again. Not fair warrior ability. Ancient Aftershock. Thank you so much, Tarion. Unleash a wave of anima dealing 2,000. I don't know if that scales properly. It probably is more for the warrior. 2,277 nature damage up to 5 enemies and knocking them down. The guy will continue to expel anima, dealing nature damage to 5 enemies, generating 16 rage per enemy over 12 seconds. Every 3 seconds, targets are knocked down briefly. Yo, so if you can knock someone down, stun them, then you'll have a knockdown right after. That could be pretty cool. Or if you can like hit them with the aftershock, charge them to keep them in place, have them down, stun them, knock down. That seems like it did a lot of damage to Tarion. I'm glad you're trying stuff out. I'm so some people waiting for me 30 plus minutes. Proxy and Lord game is not gonna take long. Trust me. Let me get them done, and then Chrysler will get you in, dude. It won't take too long, dude. Group waiting for 30. Wait, your group has been waiting for 30 plus minutes. Let me try Lord and Proxy again. And if not, I'll need to push Chrysler against Lord and Proxy versus Kragar. That could work too. What's a Rizal on US and Milidon? On this guy, on the EU, I think it's Argent Dong. The Dong. Do you think Survival Hunter is viable and plus? I need to play it myself to give it a go. I remember on beta it was actually very highly considered spec. But the triple shield everyone's only 40% is really that big then. So it's 3 shields though at 65% effectiveness. So if let's say a normal shield is 100% effective, so you get 3 times 65% effectiveness. So you still get more of a shield. You just get 3 of them, 3 different types. If all of them were 100% effectiveness, it would be like a 300% shield. So they didn't want 300% shield. So it's still a big shield. But when it's 5k absorb, it's only like 10k. It's still a pretty big shield with all 3. Not 15. What? Okay, there's a little bit of math going on here, I think. Places on alliance? Alright, geez, this sounds good, my man. Jesus, man. Chrysler, I'm gonna get you in immediately as soon as this duel is over, dude. Not gonna even take a breath in between, alright? Trust me. I promise you. Switch. We gotta hear ourselves. Obliv and his team went on with a big old show. Only 2 people got to play, so we gotta get Athaman as well as XTP as well as Elu a chance to play. But Bear God and Obliv, I don't know if they're going last, first, second, whatever. But hopefully more of that team will get a chance to play. We got ourselves Wefney in the back with... We got ourselves Galaxy Horizon, the Beastmaster Hunter. With Proxy, we got ourselves Sapped as well as Crooked Hands. Or Twisted Hands. Actually, I'm okay with him being in stealth. He's not a feral, so Beam and Boomy in stealth, I guess is fine. Gonna be XTP first up. Galaxy Horizon dropping down Resonant Shot. Gonna spence up and running. It's gonna be knocked back onto XTP. He does roll into immediately. Almost comedically. Cartoonishly. They're going to be a stun onto the Monk. Took us out of it immediately with the Freezer Chapter following. Galaxy is going to get himself a self-heal rolling. Mind to get those both Raptors onto XTP before he goes for a reset. As long as the Raptors have themselves a Mortal Strike effect, he should be in a good spot. Getting the Crows onto the Monk. And is going to get disarmed while he's bailing out of there. Still can go for kill commands while disarmed, so it's not like it stops him. And the pets are rolling behind the pillar. How much damage do these pets do? So these pets have Bestial Wrath on them. These pets, I think, actually slapping. I think these pets actually slap now. I think something about the PvP scaling of Battle for Azeroth might have made it a lot weaker. But it looks like they are slapping this time. Botting Shadow SCP. I think you can try his lust out of it if he needs to. Try not to get interrupted on a heal. Galaxy's just getting some free pot shots on the guy. It's going to hit him with slows as he goes in for a Dragon Kick. Ring of Peace. XCP doesn't even have the good Karma talent. Gonna be resonating shot from behind the pillar. Wants to get that Karma up and running immediately, so Galaxy Rise can get the freebie damage in. Is gonna get the Monk images rolling. Trick coming out for Galaxy. Feign death for a second. Is gonna be a Karma before things go bad. And a stun onto XTP as Galaxy pulls the pets back. XTP would be a perfect material for you to pull yourself back and get yourself a reheal. But he's thinking he can stay in. Galaxy is low on health. Oh, I don't think anyone's gonna touch a death or anything. Massive heals for XTP though. I'm gonna guess with the Kyrian, you got yourself a second heal pot rolling. And probably got the dot or heal over time, but a much bigger one. And that's gonna be Twisted Hands up next. Crooked Hands. One of those. Used to call them cow hands, but technically in Russian it's actually Twisted Hands or Crooked Hands. One of those two. Twisted. Call him Twisted. We have actually Twisted on an A, so that's not going to work well. Bash missing on the Fist of Fury as the parry comes out by the Monk. The Monk is... Okay, Monk is here. 5. Okay, 4 and 5. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I keep giving you guys a whiplash when I whip around the cam like that. XTP taking a bit of that damage. Did not take a Star Surge at the end, though, so that's going to keep him alive. The dots are rolling, however, and... Twisted Hands ain't letting him go anywhere. Twisted Paws, actually. Wait, you are back in Boom Kingdom. Wait. Do you have two? Do you have a Worgen and a Tauren? I think he does. I think he has both. XCP kind of out in the open, trying to see if he can Dragon Kick behind the pillar. Twisted, not gonna let him sit behind the pillar, self-healing for too long. Pushing in. Aggressive as a Boomy. Thorns is up for those Fists of Furies. He knows he can't continue. Fist of Fury is gonna get the port. And another reset behind the pillar. This man is just using all the mobility to catch resets, catch up on heals, and get back at the Boomy. Bear form coming out as all the pets and images available for XTP. Bashing him out. Trying to go for a clone. Does he get it? He actually gets it. Actually, the Zuen is disrupting his cast. He almost didn't get that clone properly. with those images on this one beating him up. Gonna be a big carrying damage for the Boomkin. XTP does go for Diffuse Magic. And got himself Vivifies. Should be able to stay alive long enough. Maybe potential. Oh, no. I thought he actually would have gotten line of sight there. And that's going to be Bear God X as a Feral Druid rolling in onto Twisted. Got himself big cooldowns rolling. Was that a bash out of Twisted? I hope he didn't miss a bash. Hope it wasn't like a natty dodge by Bear God or anything like that. But looks like Bear God is going to catch himself a reset. Twisted Paws actually is doing pretty good on health. Dampening hasn't set in yet. He's just trying to get some damage in. Bear God Axe actually going in for roots onto Twisted. Just trying to make sure the guy doesn't get himself a proper reset. And making sure that Bear God is the only one that gets a reset. Gonna have to come out there either way. Getting the bleeds up and running. Maim to follow. Convoke Spirits. That's gonna be the roar with a Trick coming out for both of them actually. As Bear God hoping to just maintain the pressure he's had on the Boomy. But looks like maybe the pressure is to get turned around. If Twisted Paws can get himself that Kyrian buff and maybe get on top of Bear God with a stun, he'll be in a great position. I don't know if he'll have it or not, but if he can go for a big Incarn, maybe big damage Kyrian, he'll be in a good spot. This is going to be Thorns for Thorns right now. Bear God actually the Poppy Thorns himself. Bash comes in and there it goes. Bardic Skin for Bear God X. Trying to see if he can survive the damage out of the Boomy. The Starchers are flying. Wasn't the biggest burst available. The Incarn is up in about 2 minutes, hopefully. It says 2 minutes, but maybe it's like 2.5. It looks like about 2. Looks like it's about 2. Looks like it's about a third of the way from being over off CD of the CD. And Twisted just continue to actually stand toe to toe with a Feral. We are at the 5-minute mark, dampening at 2%, boys. And I want you all to absorb this because just last expansion, this wasn't possible. But that's a balanced Druid standing up to a Feral. Right now, how long they're gonna stand up to him, I don't know. Is it gonna last long? Who knows? But he's doing it. The boy is doing it. He's not out of the fight. He's not over until the duel is over. And he's actually getting some damage back to Bear God Eggs just while in barrel form, thrashing and mauling at the guy. It's actually kind of nutty. I'm pretty sure Twisted is in Guardian Affinity, so I think his Bear Druid damage might actually be a little bit higher. Looks like he got some dots at the Bear God Eggs too. Actually having to go reset and heal. But Bear God X does not want to commit any big damage to Twisted Paws at all. Not committing any of it. For Twisted, it's a little unfortunate right now. He does have Incarn coming up very, very soon, but Bear God X has a trinket as well, so he's not going to be able to lock him down, really. Does he even need to lock him down? Does he actually need it? Might be able to do something. Maim coming out. Bear God X goes in for a big old bite on the bear butt. Roar coming out. Bear God X trinkets. Maybe Twisted could do something here. He did trinket. Barkskin might be available for Bear God X. Dust of Thorns. Bash. Kyrian. Big damage. Does he have the Kyrian? He does have the Kyrian, trying to make the incarnation work. Big star surges, forces the Feral behind the pillar. The Bear God X actually backpedaling away from Twisted Paws as he's trying to run in, reopening on him around the pillar, and actually gets the big old bleeds up and running. Going to be a reset again. It's actually kind of an even fight between Boomkin and the Feral. Actually very even. Surprisingly so, but I actually am really enjoying it. Just two of them, just one in bear, one in cat, just clone each other, but still, I'm actually enjoying this a lot because for the longest time we saw Boomy. Oh, what was that? What was that? Cloning him with a bit of a slash dance for a bit of BM. Now Bear God has to win because if he loses after a slash dance, I feel like it'll be a little, just even a little embarrassing. Thorns available for Twisted. Bear God also goes for the Thorns as well. Going to be that knockdown with Twisted trying to go for a clone onto Bear God. It looks like both of them are going to get a bit of a reset unless Twisted Paws rolls right in. Bear God might be able to get himself a reset here in this duel. 7 minutes, 60% dampener. Does get to thrash him out, not letting the Feral get a proper opener here, but he does go for a root. Maybe he'll get something here. Maybe he'll get a reset. Maybe he'll get a proper opener. As long as Twisted can get some kind of dots on him, he'll be in a good spot. Maybe. That's going to be Incarn, not available anytime soon. Both of them don't have a trinket. Bear God still holding on to a wall. And both of them have Barskin any moment. And now he's the one doing a bit of a dance. Okay, okay. Alright. It actually is going nowhere. Bear God X so far can't really break through the tough exterior, that of a Boomkin. I guess the bear form is a lot stronger than ever before, boys. A lot stronger than ever before. Normally, a Feral would have ended this duel like years ago. Looks like Baragat doesn't get the proper stealthy opener. Trying to go for some calm points. Big old bite. Cyclone, maybe. And it looks like Twisted is going to just eat the Cyclone. He put the dots on him, put a bite on him. I think he's just going to go for maybe a couple Cyclones back to back. Missing that second Cyclone. Super unfortunate. Does he get it around the corner again? No, it looks like he's going to go for a reset and maybe a reheal. And Twisted just doing A-okay. I think Baragat might not have enough damage to deal with the healing of another Druid. He might actually have to wait until higher dampening before he goes in. Maybe he goes in for like a big old setup. A big old all-in. Because I would think normally a Feral would be winning this easily. I think it's going to come down to maybe Incarnation. I think Baragat X is probably going to have to wait until at least 30% dampener. And then maybe he needs to get Twisted to trinket something dumb. And be out of bear form. So then he can maybe stun him and convoke him down. Just trying to go for maybe a Cyclone. Gonna be Twisted popping out of bear form. Trying to get some dots. Is he gonna go for a reset? Does he get it here? Is this the reset he needs? Is this the convoke he needs? That's still Thorns attacking him. You're still doing damage to yourself. And that's gonna be Twisted pause. Getting himself a massive heal going to bear form. Baragat X does have Thorns of his own, perfect opportunity for him to catch a reset, but Twisted again, getting massive healing, getting knocked down for a second. Looks like there's going to be a Skull Bash onto that Cyclone, does get the maim. Convoke is coming out, going to be a Roar. Is maybe going to not be able to stop that Cyclone. Looks like Twisted got himself Incarnation and everything. Actually everything, and Baragat X is in bear form. Bash going to be very, very DR'd here with a Roar of his own as Twisted Paws got himself big dams, but I don't think you're going to catch up. Yeah, it looks like both of them can deny each other the burst quite easily. And both of them can heal one another very, very easily as well. But in terms of landing damage on one another, it's just going to be a slow burner game, boys. Very much a slow burner. Again, who's actually better? A Boomy or Feral's better at this point, boys? Chat, make your predictions. Who wins this one, a Boomy or a Feral? Make predictions, boys. Boomy or a Feral at this point? Like, this is going to be a long one. You're going to have to wait until higher dampener. At this point, place your bets. I won't tell you which one I'm basing them. I have to be impartial. I have to be impartial, boys. There we go, there we go. Ferg gets the first stun is 100% damp. I guess, yeah, maybe it might come down to 100% damp, boys. Okay, I see a lot of you saying Feral. A lot of you are saying Feral. I believe. Any Feral believers in the chat? Baragat getting himself an opener, committing quite a lot of cooldowns here. Berserk is up. Skull Bash onto that Cyclone. That's going to be Twisted with a lot of damage taken. Frenzied Regen coming out while in barrel form immediately. Does have the Kyrian pot to also remove bleeds if necessary. I don't know if he used it yet or not, but he's got a little follower playing a tune to him. Try to go with Cyclone onto Baragat because he's not going to be able to. And Baragat looking for another reset of his own. He just committed a lot of cooldowns there. He didn't convoke, but he did commit a Berserk with a Brutal Slash, I think. And I don't know if Twisted used a Kyrian there for the bleeds. I keep forgetting that you could actually use that to remove all his bleeds, which makes it a duel against a Feral that much easier. 41% dampening. Baragat is just not even willing to go in there. He's actually just not willing to even go in and fight the guy. I mean, a Boomy, I kind of understand the Boomy. He kind of needs to play very, very defensively and out in the open to win. I don't think chasing is going to help him win. But Baragat could walk up there any moment and just end the duel. He just hasn't been able to, I guess. Either because he doesn't want to, or he's actually just unable to break through the tough exterior. Thorns available is going to be bashed to Baragat X. He does trinket it. Does he go for the interrupt? He does go for the roar. Does not go for a silence, though. Does he ever choose to go for a silence? Going to be a reset for Baragat X. Atherman setting up a cooking fire. Does get the knockdown for the Convoke. Trying to go for regrowth, and Baragat bails again. Convoke interrupted with a high mountain racial, and Baragat goes for a reset. Does catch himself a re-stealth. 47% dampener, boys. Whoever falls asleep first wins. It might have to come down to that. Again, I just got the feeling that I feel like Baragat can go in and just end the duel any moment. I just got a feeling that I feel like he can just go in and end it any time. And it's like he's playing it very, very safely, maybe because he wants to duel the next person and have CDs. Because I feel like normally that's what Ferals do. They just truck down Boomies. You just press all CDs and you just keep trucking and trucking and trucking. You don't really need to reset. And maybe he's just committing so much damage while Twisted is a bear form. That's what he might have to wait for. Big card coming out for Twisted. Thorns available as well. Bear God popping into bear form. Gonna be a bunch of Star Surges flying. Trinkets out of that roar. Bear God is kind of low. Gonna be Twisted chasing after him. Does get himself a renewal as well. And Twisted still trying to stay on him. It's super hard to watch where he's at. Looks like he's lagging really badly. Star Surge hits Bear God super low. Does he have enough to finish it here? Bear God trying to recover as much health as humanly possible. Thorns available. Does he get himself a reset here? Looks like he actually just got to dip it too far out in front of Twisted. Does hit him with a maim. Barskin available. Does Bear God have enough? Looks like he goes in for another re-heal. And Twisted, I think, is going to maybe commit some damage. I think Twisted might just commit here. He has Bear God super low, does knock him away from Pillar, is going to get a short rush with a roar, doesn't sit for long, is getting redotted back up. And that starts falling into Bear God. Bear God is actually an opportunity where he doesn't have a lot of self-healing either. He waited till 55% dampen, hoping it would help him. Goes for a big opener onto Twisted. Actually, does he get the Bear Roar here? Bear Roar comes out, going to be Bear God X, trinkets out of it, both of them are super low. Bear form for Twisted. Bash onto Bear God. Does he have the Star Surge's wall is available? Convoke coming out. Does he have a way to interrupt Convoke? Looks like Bear God X actually does take him out with a Convoke. It ended up being so close down to the wire in that last push of Big Burst. That's what we all waited for at the very end. So all that dampener weight into 59% dampening. All for this, boys. All for this. That's going to be a big old pod for Bear God X. I don't think Wealthy is going to let him get away with that one scot-free unless he somehow just doesn't have damage. Now, chat, was that all worth it? Was that long wait of at least, I don't want to say 10-ish minutes of that duel worth it? It actually came down to the wire. I think both of them played really well. It was really close. Both of them played really, really well. I think both of them played great. I feel like now maybe that's where a rivalry will spawn, where they got to be a bit of, you know, honorable bow to one another, but then be like, okay, it's going to be Boomy versus Feral. We're going to try to see if we can make that happen. Ilu's going to be up next as a Shadow Priest, trying to go for a Mind Games with Wefney with a stun right after. Mind Games does blast him out of Wefney. Going for that Karma. He's actually going to damage himself if it's good Karma. I think he's actually doing a bit of damage to himself with good Karma. Mind Control to follow. Trick us out of a million. MC trying to come out again. Wefney just got all over the map. Does get interrupted onto Ilu. Does not have Disperse. Touch of Death could be really bad. Does go for Disperse. Does he touch of Death it? Or does he just wait it? Touch of Death right out of the Disperse. And Wefney looked like he lagged all over the place. Super Saiyan mode right now. That's going to be Zoan attacking both Atherman as well as Oblivion. It looks like Atherman is going to be up next. Letting Wefney recover maybe a little bit of health and 67% dampening. You're not going to let him recover too much. Ashen Hollow and Wefney. Does he take the damage in the whole line of sight area of Ashen Hollow? It looks like we don't even get to see Ashen Hollow. It is damaging him. It is damaging him even though behind the pillar. And it does give Atherman healing. But it's going to be Fist of Fear flying again. Wefney is just lagging all over the place with a stun by Ather. Does he go for a big old finisher? Final verdict. Big Templars. And that's going to be a nice Wake of Ashes at the very end. We got ourselves Sapped and Proximi up next. Who's going to be first? Is it Sapped? Is it Proxy? It looks like it may be Sapped, maybe Proxy. It looks like it is going to be Sapped. Atherman has every cooldown available here. Oh, is going to get the Rogue out. Adaptation does not get a force. Might have to bubble this. That's going to be Sapped getting a big cooldown out of Ather, trying to Shadow Step past him. And Atherman trying to max out as much damage into Sapped as best they can in the opener here. Flash of Lights is coming out. And Sapped got himself a reset. Cloak of Shadows was burned. Has a blind. Has a vanish. So he actually has a lot of cooldowns. Atherman Shield of Vengeance is available. Trinkets out of that Sap immediately because adaptation. Trying to doorway with Shadows will not be able to do much with that. And Sap with Shadow Blaze does. Atherman get a bop. And I think Forbearance is still on him. Yep, Forbearance is still up. And Oblivion is going to have to be the last one to end it. Versus this Rogue. At 74% dampener. Rogue still has a blind and vanish. Oblivion might just need to find a way to... It might just not have to give this Rogue even a moment of like reset. Might have to go super giga aggressive in order to have a chance against the Rogue, and then maybe have a chance against Proxy. Looks like the Shadow Strike comes out for Sap, misses the breath. Oblivion trying to go for big damage, blind coming out. And Sap takes a little bit of damage here. Mastery is rolling a little bit, but not the most. Sap onto Oblivion. After it's actually a super DR. Does get a root onto Sap. Blinks away from it. Sap, not a lot of health. Vanish and everything else was used. And Obliv does end up playing quite aggressively. Proxy is trying to see if he can invis over to Obliv. Not a lot of health recovered at 78% dampened. Proxy is going to go for big combust. Combust coming out. Obliv does have Ice Block if necessary. Does breath. Proxy actually walks out of the platform with that combust. Does have Ultra Time. Going to be Ice Block for Obliv. And Proxy is just going to, I guess, wait out until Ultra Time does dissipate. Obliv got images available. And now it's up to Obliv to hopefully get Ice Block out of Proxy and then end the duel. Because Proxy still has a massive defensive available. Breath of the Proxy with a Meteor right after. Was that Proxy's Meteor or Obliv's Meteor? Shift in power coming out for Proxy. Should be able to get a little bit of cooldown recovery here. And Obliv trying to get those Fire Blast in. Obliv again is very dangerously low on health. He does not have Ice Block where Proxy does. Does have Alter Time. Basically cannot get Cauterized to proc. He can't let Cauterized to proc at all. He can't. He needs to Alter Time maybe early. I think he already did. Proxy super low on health. Do the proc to Cauterize? Super low. One more hit. Mastery burning. Trying to go for food. That's going to be Cauterized block for both of them. Proxy has Ice Block. Obliv does not. Does he live this? Shields are up. Ring of Frost. First aid. Food. And shields are up. Now it's actually a chess match. And Proxy super low. Breath by Obliv. That's going to be Proxy. Trinkets. I don't even know what he triggered. Obliv. Does he have enough damage to actually bust through the pod? Meteor should maybe have enough. It does. If you didn't get the pod, that would have been over, man. That would have been over right there. Oh my god. That was a long duel with Bear God and with Bear God as well as your boy Twisted Paws. Going for such a long go, dude. Back to back to back. Good duel out of those two. It was a long one, though. Wow. That was a long one. Cries, are you still here? I know you said you had to go, but are you still around? Because you can get yours, Cragger. Ready. Okay, immediately. Just gonna queue you guys immediately. Not wasting any time. And this might be the last duel. I'll see how I'm feeling after this one, boys. Because I might need to get some food. I'm getting that hangry feeling. You know what I mean? I like this song. Merry Christmas, what's up, Xanther? Merry Christmas to you, fam. Quick duel. Quick one, boys. We're going. Got Tasty in there. Yeah. I usually hate fighting Boomkins as a Pharaoh, but it usually takes just one well convoke. I would think so too. But I was surprised actually just how challenging it ended up being for the Boomy versus Pharaoh. Like it actually kind of both tough for both of them, honestly. I need some food after that one. Yo, Chicago, me too, dude. That would have been the duel to actually eat food for. Plenty of time to take a bites in between and see the finish before you get to the dessert. Alright, let's get another up and running. Okay, switch. What do we got? We got ourselves team 2 with Kragar's first man in that team with... We got ourselves Yasha as a demonology warlock sticking to his guns on that one. Masterfoot is a Boomy, gonna be going up first. In the back, we got ourselves Aniki with Archeorc. And as Chrysler is gonna be first up as an Affliction Warlock. It's gonna be chasing the back with Palavan, with Jellyfy, and Propal. Wait, Propal, does that mean like lost? Like, does that mean literally lost? Like, disappeared. We call him Pro. Oh, we should call him disappeared. I feel like disappeared would work pretty well. Gonna be Masterfoot, get an opener, and Cries is still mounted. We're gonna be able to line aside Masterfoot and gonna get the dots in there too. Masterfoot is gonna take those dots in there, but I think Chrysler is maybe potentially playing Corruption with a slow. But I think Masterfoot can just shift out of the slow. Mortal Coil getting sent out of the Druid with Soul Rot, and it's gonna be Chrysler actually trying to see. It looked like he was kind of bailing away from Masterfoot, maybe trying to see if he can juke around him on the side. But it looks like he decided to bail out of there completely. He did end up doing his sacrifice. Masterfoot with that. What is that airtime just now? With a bash from a mile away. Double stun into Chrysler while he is silenced. Going to be reflective level for Chrysler. As it lines Masterfoot getting dots up and running. What is that airtime with a bash, dude? That was kind of cool. Just leaping over him. That's going to be a big convoke with a roar. Had to interrupt his own convoke just to get a roar into Chrysler. Stop his cast for a second. Masterfoot is going to take quite a bit of damage though. Is going to recover a lot with the Friends of Regen, dude. That Friends of Regen is a massive boon right now. With how much more hybrid they made all the druids. That ends up actually being such a massive boon in terms of the damage you can mitigate and recover from. It's actually so strong. And what is that? I feel like that Typhoon was a little bit sketch, but I guess that worked. It looked like it kind of went through the wall. But I guess it works out. Cries again in the dots back up into Masterfoot. He's going to leap back out of there. Going to be a port for Cries. It does have a Mortal Coil to follow. Soul Rod trying to come out onto Masterfoot. does get the soul rod by the looks of it. Gonna be silenced, but Masterford with a stun to Kreiser, trying to walk out of the silence. Mortal onto Masterford, getting a UA up and running. Looks like it's gonna be Trinket out of Masterford, trying to avoid the UA, trying to deal with the dots. Shadowfury around the corner does not land, and Kreiser really needs to get a UA into Masterford to really enhance the dots. Especially if he's rolling, and he should be rolling solo UA, then he's able to increase the amount of damage the enemy takes while UA is on him by 10%. So all his dots sticking out as fast as they are with the UA on top of it is huge. Shadowfury around the corner, Kreiser. I mean, going against a mobile classic as Boomies, last duel, it was a long one just because Boomies and Druids in general have so much mobility. You could just get behind the pillar, catch a few re-heals, and you could just sustain yourself for quite a while too. This makes it that much harder for as much mobility as Warlocks have gotten this expansion, and they've gotten a lot, especially if you're a Night Fae. Like, it's just still a little tough. UA getting lined up onto Masterfoot. Finally get the big dot up and running. Soul Rod on top of it to boot. But it's still a lot of stuff feeling from Masterfoot with a bash of the Kreiser. That Frenzy Regen is just healing through all those dots. It isn't a cooldown. What's the cooldown of Frenzy Regen? It's not 45 seconds though, is it? It's like 30 maybe? 25-ish? That's a massive heal either way. And Masterfoot should be decursing himself every time he can get to, because that is an agony, one less dot to deal with. But those dots, they really do set in. They're really, I mean, look at Masterfoot. Most of his health, big drain life coming out. Masterfoot actually having to interrupt it. I didn't realize Kreiser was playing the big drain build until I saw this big portion of Masterfoot's health just getting chunked out. Kreiser taking lots of damage from, oh, big Star Surge just turned around into Masterfoot and that reflect, drain soul. But that's going to be the pod. Does he have enough damage for the pod? I don't know if he has enough damage for the pod. Trying to see if he can rapture through the pod. Can he do it? He does. Oh my god, the Warlock with dots actually has a better time with a pod than a Fire Mage fireballing. Oh my goodness. That was huge. The reflect was awesome. It's just too bad. Too bad. Masterford got so lucky with his Convoke. There was just mostly Star Surge. It just, the reflect was up and those Star Surges went back to him. Gonna be a stun from Yasa from afar. Gonna be Kreiser Trinket. I got a stun as Yasa trying to summon a Tyrant. Second stun around the corner. It looks like Kreiser baited a stun and took it behind the pillar. The pet is up and running. That's going to be... the Felguard's actually doing quite a good amount of damage. Mortal Coil into Yasa. Does get Reflect rolling a little bit early. Kreiser is going to get a Mortal Coil. It's going to be Decimating Bolt. I think maybe reflected back to Yasa. No, he actually gets the Decimating Bolt off. That's going to be Demon Bolts flying, doing lots of damage. Kreiser having to turn around and drain life from the pet. Going to be second pet dissipating now. Wow, Yasa actually got himself a nice solid opener onto Kreiser, who's going to have to start putting dots on the pets. Maybe start getting some of the self heals up and running as well. And Yasa so far is in a really dominant spot. He got such a massive advantage in health. Has a gateway in case he needs to escape, or I guess if he needs to chase after Kreiser. So he has a way. He does have a port next to it in case. Kreiser has exactly the same thing. Stun into Kreiser from around the corner. Yasa going to get even more pets in there. Looks like he is, I think, a legendary proc where he's able to do more damage, or his pets are able to do more damage. Either or. Kreiser having to wall. These pets, I mean... The Felguard as well as the puppies all do work. Wait, did Kreiser... Okay, he set up a gateway to go even further than ever before. And Yasa chasing after him is get himself a new pet. But looks like the pet is slowed. Wait, he is running a slow Lego with Corruption. That pet is so slow. Yasa got himself Reflect available. Kreiser knows not to reflect anything back to himself like Mortal Coil. I'm starting to see if he might be able to get around the corner. Going to be even more pets available for Yasa. Trying to go for a big Tyrant. Going to be a Trinket for Yasa as he gets hit with a Mortal Coil stun onto Kreiser. It looks like a Tyrant is going to get at least one cast off onto Kreiser. The big Warlock port does get used for Kreiser. Trying to go for a fear onto at least one of the pets. Going to be the Tyrant up in his face. Going to get the slaps in. Drain life is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. But Kreiser is super low on health right now. Actually not in a good spot. Yasa does himself the Necrolord shield on top of all the damage. And his pets are actually just sharing at Kreiser. We're only at 8% dampener. Trying to maybe Shadow Fury around the corner onto Yasa. Does land the Shadow Fury. And does Kreiser have a gateway again? He's going to get a lot of drain life. A lot of heals from the pet though. So he is playing the drain life build. Maybe he has a gateway here. Does a reflect available. If Yasa does hit him with a slow. That's going to be Mortal Coil, allowing Kreiser to catch up on health. But now Yasa can go for Mortal Coil with stuns and get himself lots of CC chains. Going to be that gateway for Kreiser. Gets so much range away, and Yasa having to set up another gateway. The pet is... I mean, the pet is just going to get... Oh my god, Kreiser actually just drained the life out of the pet. What? What is that health at the end? Did he get a Warlock Hellstone at the end? That was huge. Soul Rod from afar. Yasuo does not have a way to actually, no, he does interrupt it. I was thinking he doesn't have a way to interrupt it for a second, but he does. You can forget in the Honor Town with the Fell Puppy. They can do an interrupt. Reflect available. Chrysler trying not to get those dots back on himself. I don't think he was able to Night Fade dot himself with Soul Rod. I don't think he did. Reflect coming up. It's going to be Tyrant. Tyrant cannot. Well, Tyrant doesn't really care about getting Reflected. Big damage onto Chrysler. He's getting slowed. The port does come out. Does get away from the Tyrant for a second. I think it's going to be a bit of a back and forth like this. For Yasuo, though, being Demonology and having most of his abilities all cast is a bit tough. The pets, if he can go for some kind of like a CHC chain lockdown with a Mortal Coil into a stun, he'll be in a good spot. Try to go for a Decimated Bolt into Chrysler. Does he go for a big Demon Bolts? If he has any big Demon Bolts, it would be the perfect opportunity to sling him out right now. Has the Reflect coming out, so he actually could run up at Chrysler with a pre-Reflect. Gonna be another gateway for Chrysler. The mobility is taking the stun super far away. Double Demon Bolt chonking out Chrysler. I might just have to go for Drain Life on the pets. Get as much health from him as possible. Put up Agony on as many of them so you can buff up the damage as well as the healing of your next Drain Life. That's exactly what he's going to have to do. Fear now the pet. Yas is still doing okay on health. Dust of the Necrolord. Shield in order to keep him going. And Chrysler just trying to sneak in whatever health he can here and there. Mortal Coil exchange. Going to be Yasuo trinketing out. Interrupting Chrysler. Does lock him down to stun. Does Yasuo finally have a go? Mortal Coil around the corner trying to make a Decimated Bolt happen. And Chrysler's super low on health. I think the pets might just finish him. If Yasuo has does not have a Tyrant, I was thinking maybe if he does. Couple Demon Bolts, Chrysler walling this off. Does he maybe have a big Drain Life? Maybe potentially. He's still alive. He's still kicking. Using the mobility. Yasuo, again, slow pace game, but big damage from those pets. He just needs that patience, and the pets will eventually take Chrysler down. Does go for Drain Life on the pet. Getting interrupted on it. Demon Bolt flying. And looks like the claw from one of those pets does hit a soft spot. Take him down finally. Damn, that was a rough one. That was a long one. I feel like Demonology World just has so much tankiness to themselves right now. And just the pets are just scaled so well without any PvP scaling brought in. Like, they actually slap. They actually do damage. It'll be Palavan rolling in with a Fleshcraft getting interrupted as Yasuo throws the pets in there. This is going to be the big Felguard coming out. Dust of the Tyrant with the Reflect in case he gets gripped in. That's going to be Mortal Coil right after. The Tyrant is doing big damage with AMS getting burnt through very, very quickly. The Warlock ports away. Going to be the Tyrant actually getting gripped in, stopping his cast for a second. And Palavan just does not have... Oh, gripping in the Warrior Kragar. Dropping down AMZ. But the pets are still attacking. And Palavan, does he have any more healing? Has IBF. Maybe he can go for Lichborn and self-heals. But that's going to be even more Demon Doggos. And Yasuo taking him out. Just threw down the full army of the demons, dude. The whole expansion of Outland just got chucked at that guy. Wrath of Lich King versus TBC. I guess we now know who wins. Looks like the demons won that one. Going to be Jellyfy up next with Drain Life coming out for Yasuo. Jellyfy playing the Feral is... I don't know if... You know what? I was going to say, I think a Feral normally has an advantage against casters like this. But after watching Bear God and Abumi just go at it for 10 whole minutes, with it being extremely close, like it actually was going to be anyone could win. I don't even want to say that Jellyfy has advantage here. I don't think I can say that anymore. Trying to go for a bit of a fear onto Jellyfy. Looks like the main comes out. It's going to be triggered for Yasuo. And landing that fear onto Jellyfy. Yasuo is dotted up quite hard though with his bleeds. He's going to go for yet another fear. Jellyfy does just shrink at that one. And Yasuo, I think, is going to have to wait until he has full pet setup. Decimated Bolt setting up. Trying to get a Vilefin in case he gets interrupted on a Vilefin, which wouldn't be the worst for him. Needs to get him some more pets. Big Demon Bolts coming out, trying to get a hand to go down up and running. Trying not to get interrupted on hand to go down. There goes the kick. And Jellyfy has quite a bit of damage for him. Walling this damage off. Badger to Yasuo. Does he have enough to finish it? Wall coming out for the Warlock. Trying to get a Tyrant up and running. Maybe a Mortal Coil after this? Mortal Coil after the Sun. I think he's going to have him here. That's going to be Demon Bolt at the end. Wait, Pod is up. Pod is out. I think the pets should be able to help him kill the Pod. I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, he's A-okay. He's A-okay. Pod wasn't that much of an issue. Then Propal, which kind of translates in Russian to disappeared or vanished. I guess we'll call him vanished. Hodges himself on the reflect from Yasuo. What a reflect that was. Got all those pets, the big extra Felguard available, and Vanish is just going to take a little bit of damage here. Turn Evil coming out on the pets actually can. Oh, that's a cool animation. It's like a little shimmer in the sky. Shimmer towards the demon. when he goes for a fear onto those pets. Yasa gonna hit him with a slow hand of freedom available. Fear is gonna run, vanish in the all another direction. You might as well just go behind the pillar and vanish there, man. Might as well go behind the pillar and reset there. Another fear to follow. He just got himself the full setup stun right after Destiny Bolt to follow. It's going to be quite a bit of damage unless he bubbles it. You better be careful. Going to be a lot of pets, lots of damage. Bubbles it while he's high enough health. Well, might be okay. Yes, it does go for Reflect in case there's going to be a Hodge from Vanish. It looks like the Paladin is a bit in a struggle. Actually, I have to use Toll on the pets in order to gain more holy power in order to start cycling all the holy power into Word of Glories. I think he was trying not to do that. 47% dampener duel here, boys. Hand of Freedom stopping the curse of exhaustion from the Warlock. It looks like Vanish actually might focus on the pet. Guys, he might have to resummon a new one, or maybe pull the pet back and give him a bit of health. Maybe that's exactly what he's gonna do. I think he's actually gonna limit. No, he stuns the pet, but I don't think he's gonna eliminate it. Hides into Yasa just to make sure he doesn't reflect himself. Mortal sends him running in the direction with a fear right after. Doesn't let him sit by the pillar. That's gonna be some freebie shadow balls for Yasa. Shield of Vengeance available for Vanished, as we are hitting the 50% dampener. He might still be able to get a lot of heals. He does get Seraphim rolling, so it's gonna give him more versatility. So that's more healing, more crit, maybe more crit chances for those heals. So it would be pretty good. But Yasa is out in the open with his shield versus Vanished on the other side. No Shield of Vengeance for a bit. He's gonna have to wait. Does get the big judgment, which I'm surprised he didn't dismount Yasa or put him in combat. But I guess it does work like that. I think Yasa is just gonna try to see if maybe he can bait Vanish out. He does bait him to stand still, at least mount up. Gonna be extra pets on him. Mortal is gonna be run in. He could bop it. He could technically bop it. It would stop some of the damage. But if he can get the Tyrant next to Vanish, he will be in a good spot. Looks like Vanish is trying to see if he maximizes the damage. Going to be a big port for Yasa. And the Tyrant is going to dissipate. Vanish does burn wings with all that holy power burning into Word of Glories back to back. Still able to get himself a lot of self-heals rolling. And Yasa is super far away. Just kind of bouncing around like a bean over here. Like a big green round bean. And Tasty is going to be the last one on Team 1. Unless Vanish takes it back. Does use a bop for that stun. And is able to use a bop against some of the pet's physical attacks. Because there is quite a bit of physical damage that comes out. The Demon Doggos, the Vile Fiend, the Felguard, the second Felguard that joins in. That's a lot of pets. The only pet he can't really do anything for at this moment unless he gets a bubble. Which actually is going to get it really soon. 50 seconds left on a bubble. What is that CD? Must be playing like a shorter bubbles or something. Maybe that's what he's playing for. Gonna be a stun by Yasa. Vanish does have a bubble in 38 seconds. Does he live until then? Shield of Vengeance should keep him alive. Decimating Bolt blasts through that Shield of Vengeance quite easily. Just tears through it. Pokes a hole through it. Like it's not even there. Trying to get a Vile Fin around. And Vanish again might just have to go for more Word of Glories. I think he might be trying to maybe go for a setup into Yasa. Big Demon Bolt flying. Can he get a second Demon Bolt in there? That is the cast. Demon Bolt could be huge. Does he go for a port? Demon Bolt around the corner. No! Vanish almost had a bubble back. No! Unforge, boys. Unforge. And next up and last one for this Team 1 is going to be Tasty. Yasa so far has held his own. I think the only other person... Who was the other person I got to play on Team 2, actually? Was it a Druid? Was it a Druid? Because that first person, I guess, it kind of came and went. Because Yasa so far has been playing a long game here. Big port away from Tasty, just trying to avoid him while the Earth Elemental is up. Stun on Tasty. That's going to be a lasso onto Yasa. Yasa trinkets it. That's going to get a Tyrant while Tasty is surrounded by all those pets. Second stun as he's trying to get a cast up and running. Mortal on Tasty. Maybe the Tyrant will do some damage. Tyrant just chase it. Tasty is going in a jog. Finally, the Tyrant is able to stand still and get some damage rolling. Vanish coming out onto the pet. Tasty does get a stun on all those pets from Yasa. And is going to be able to avoid the Tyrant. I think it's Grounding Totem behind him. Reflective available for Yasa. Tasty trying not to reflect anything back to himself while available for Yasa. Trying to maximize the damage. Tasty not a lot of health left. Trying to go for heal surge. Just get interrupted. It looks like Yasa with a bit of a weird camera angle. Can't really fix it. Taking out most of that team. Was that a 1v5? 1v4? 1v4. Who was it before Yasa that got to play? Because they left. I think it looked like it was a Druid, but I really don't remember. I guess Yasa just kind of, you could say, stole the show there. 60% damp, let's go. Dude, yeah, Tasty, yeah, that's a hard one. there's hard to recover from that. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like anybody in that situation would have had a very hard time, but you played really well. You just stun on all those pets. But it's just the free damage that the pets do, right? It's just, you can't recover. The pets are just, your health bar is limited. You're a class that needs healing. It's like, it's rough, right? It's gonna be rough. But there's not much you can really do. But that was a good one, boys. That was a good one. And I think that's gonna be the last one that we're gonna leave off for the evening, man. Tomorrow we got more duels over on the NA, so you guys are more than welcome to. Always more than welcome to join in. We got ourselves to 30 duels over on the EU. NA got plenty to catch up with. Is that a Demonology Warlock YouTube title, or is it Demonology bows to no one? You know, honestly, not a bad idea of titles. As cheesy as they sound, not a bad idea. Although I've seen Demonology, I probably wouldn't do this. Is that a Demonology lock? Maybe Demonology Warlock pumps? I feel like pumps is not a word that people look up on YouTube that much. Maybe I'll avoid that one. Is that actually the best duel in Demon Warlock? He did really well. He did really well. We've had Demonology Warlocks before. Like, I remember, what is it? We got the Demonic. Daedra. We got Daedra in there. For some reason I want to call it Demonic. I think it's Demonic. What's his full name? Demonic Daedra? But we had Daedra, we had Lucron, we had, Boom on Demonology when he played a ton of that. That was nutty. There's a lot. How do you get that? What's up, Cyber? How you doing, man? Hey, can you answer me a quick question? You have the cool effect in your rogue while swinging your blades. How do you get that? I think that effect is when you use the artifact weapon. Maybe it's just a challenge skin. I don't know. Like it's like a yellow effect, like a yellow slashes. I've always had that on my rogue, so I really don't know. Only one would probably get demonetized. See what you did there. See where you're going with that one. How to look him up? The demo lock? Yasha, if you know Russian, I guess you could look him up. Unless if Yasha wants to link his thing in Discord, that'll work too. Oh, okay. Well honed. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. So it's a lot closer than before then, right, Bear God? Because I was under the impression of like BFA where Pharaohs just kind of ate boomies for breakfast. I didn't know if you were like just waiting for dampening because you had to, or if you were waiting for dampening because like you were just joshing around. You're kidding around. I actually had no idea. I was literally coming in on the impression like you could just end it in a moment. But okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, so Bear God is actually educating me on how Pharaohs and Boomies work in terms of defensives. Like how much damage reduction is in play and how much self-healing there is. And I appreciate that. Like if I want something you guys want to educate me, let me know. Just because I'm out of the loop. I always welcome that. I always welcome that. Yeah. Next time I see a Pharaoh versus a Boomy duel, I will come in with a different expectations then. How does that sound? I'll come in with different expectations. Can I put a link in there? It's not going to let you unless you're a mod. Hey Dal, what do you think about the new DK I posted in disc? The new one? Is it new? Or is the one that... Because I remember the one that I saw. Fair enough. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I'm actually... I think that'll... Transmog. Ooh, female Valpera. Oh, that looks good. So mine is the helm, female Valpera. You got the pants from BOD. Chest with the fur. Got the boots with the fur. The gloves from Eldraxis. Shoulders from, I think it was Legion. That's really cool. All good. Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. Yeah, thanks for pointing it out. I didn't know. That's awesome. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there, boys. I got some food to eat. New variant without the helm. It looks good. Feeling of apparel. It kind of looks good. It's funny, after the Affliction 1v5, I was thinking to myself, what class I haven't seen doing for a 1v5? I was thinking about Demon Warlocks, and then you saw it, dude. No, it wasn't a 1v5, but it was a 1v4. I'll go Demon next to you, Chrysler. Play whatever you like, man. Play whatever you enjoy. Sounds like pizza time. Have a Merry Christmas, Dal. Yo, thanks so much, Car. Thank you guys so much for coming by, man. I appreciate you all for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the duels. More duels coming up tomorrow. I hope you guys have yourselves a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays if you, whatever the hell you celebrate. Yeah. Thank you all so much. You guys are beautiful. Always fun hanging out with all of you. Thank you so much for the beautiful donos, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you. You guys really didn't have to, so I really appreciate the generosity. I'm gonna go get some grub. Chill on the couch, probably keep ice on my foot. It started feeling a bit more swollen today, but not super bad. I'm just gonna be taking care of myself, and I'm gonna work on a video tonight and maybe get some either hopefully arenas done or Mythic Plus keys done if the guildies are around. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Alrighty, peace.